Street Empire, we legendary. StreetEmpireMusic.com.
Worth more than your dollar, created by your hour. And when I'm gone, get a soul, bring me back away my time. You ever heard of time? Come on.
To all the souls who've been martyred, crying out from the altar, holding their testimony sweet. Yeah, the Lord no longer, who am I?
Time.
You ever heard of
Time.
Come on.
To all the saints that's been offered like sheep to the slaughter. Hebrews serving me on the yard, who am I? Time. You ever heard of time? Come on.
1,000 years is that's one day. To the most high, my life is but a vapor. I just don't understand, who am I?
Time.
You never heard of
Yeah.
Come on.
My surname Harrison, I'm from the house of James. Learned from my daddy, he was far from a lame. Meditating on his memories, soaking up the pain. Describing me as your perception to change. Going through the motions like the hourglass, I'm running out. And no emotion, just advice, choose another route. I'm gone in the blink of an eye. Move quickly, short attention span, most likely you forget me. Created from the creator, know me good as life is a vapor. So ain't no telling when you see me later. Thick skin, all in, congratulating the haters. True brew, hallelujah, who vibrating them prayers. It's 3 o'clock, but I ain't talking about what's on your watch. Once you're dead, it's too late to learn the lake is hot, the money and your knowledge, but that ain't comparable to him that was sent. Ain't nothing more valuable. Worth more than your dollar, created by your hour. And when I'm gone, get a soul, bring me back away my time. You ever heard of time? Come on.
To all the souls who've been martyred, crying out from the altar, holding their testimony sweet. Yeah, the Lord no longer, who am I?
Time.
You ever heard of
Time.
Come on.
To all the saints that's been offered like sheep to the slaughter. Hebrews serving me on the yard, who am I? Time. You ever heard of time? Come on.
1,000 years is that's one day. To the most high, my life is but a vapor. I just don't understand, who am I?
Time.
You never heard of
Time.
Come on. Birth with the flesh and greatness. So as it seems until he was awake and realized that Satan changes faces. The clock been ticking ever since I left my mother's wounds, battling flesh, then developed some affected wounds. Even the butterfly has to be reborn in this cocoon. I asked the Lord why my niggas had to leave so soon. I blame Satan, why sinning with my own hands. Lust got me thinking with my wrong head, sleeping in the wrong bed. But see, life is but a vapor. Don't waste your days in vapor. Repent for your sins because you might not have it later. Most labor in vain, searching for fortune and fame instead of seeking his name. For every second that passes, no, you can't get it back. Subconsciously thinking you timeless, but the hour's up. Your hour will just by my line, so come up out of her. Can't change the hands of time, not even on your calendar.
More than your dollar, created by your hour. And when I'm gone, get a soul, bring me back away my time. You ever heard of time? Come on.
To all the souls who've been martyred, crying out from the altar, holding their testimony sweet. Yeah, the Lord no longer, who am I?
Time.
You ever heard of
Time.
Come on.
To all the saints that's been offered like sheep to the slaughter. Hebrews serving me on the yard, who am I? Time. You ever heard of time? Come on.
1,000 years is that's one day. To the most high, my life is but a vapor. I just don't understand, who am I?
Time.
You never heard of
Time.
Come on.
The clock keeps ticking. If you awake or sleeping, righteous or vain living, you better stop sinning. Cause you can't get back what's past, and that's that. We here to make sin whack. Bring the word, Yahweh, back to the front of your pineal. Spiritually, we Hebrew. Get some understanding about the word of the most. When you're living for the kingdom, ain't no need to boast. Walking after Hamashiach, get the best toast.
Worth more than your dollar, created by your hour. And when I'm gone, get a soul, bring me back away my time. You ever heard of time? slaves that's been offered like sheep to the slaughter. Hebrews serving me on their order. Who am I? Time. You ever heard of time? Come on.
1,000 years is as one day to the most high. My life is but a vapor. I just don't understand. Who am I?
Time.
You never heard of
Time.
Come on.
Mic check. Give me a Yahoo if I can be heard. Jamming some of that old folk trap static attic. Y'all know how we do. Bring it on out, you did. Might play one more song or two and then get down to business at hand. Abundant blessings to everybody in the chat. Bless up. Shalom. Abundant blessings from the Most High. You dig? Salute all my brothers and sisters that are followers of the higher law, the true Torah, the teachings of Messiah. You dig? And even salute to our foes as well. You dig? For we are commanded to even pray and even love our enemies. And it be hard sometimes, don't it? It be hard sometimes to love some of these stiff-necked Hebrews, boy. But look, we'll be all right. You dig? Now we know how to create it, the Most High feel. You dig? I've been in a few dialogues this week. You know, usually I don't even engage in too many dialogues unless somebody like really trying to come with it. You dig? But you know, it just was on me to respond a certain way. I'm on WhatsApp for y'all that don't know. So it's a few groups that I'm in on WhatsApp. You dig? And there's a lot of good brothers, sincere brothers as well. You understand? But me being me, I've gained enemies over the past. It's just what it is, but it's all good. So anyway, having a few conversations with a few brothers, you dig, who fancy themselves as my enemies now, but I'm still commanded to love the brothers. So it's all good, you dig. So anyway, having a conversation. And y'all know I was promoting I'm still promoting it, the Battle of the Holy Books. Let's get it. You know, you're a practitioner. We're gonna let the crowd, you know, ask random questions, and we're gonna see who can go into whatever text they claim is the one and get it done. So anyway, promoting that. And the first brother to jump down and say, all right, I'm with it, is the Selah Shalom. Now, Selah Shalom deals with the YHWH'S Bible, though. You did. Now, a lot of people ain't never heard of the YHWH'S. A lot of people never heard of the YHWH'S. I heard about it back in like 2014, 2015. Actually seen the brother on his debates, not in the flesh physically, but online. He was actually debating the Israelite elder over like time and prophecy and creation and all that. You dig? So anyway, he was the first one to debate, like he with it. So I was like, oh, that's what's up. This is a man that ain't got nothing to hide, you know what I mean? So anyway, I'm promoting it in my various groups that we got this battle coming up. You dig? Because even though it wasn't supposed to be a debate at first, it was just about the brothers that profess the Bible, Quran, the Egyptian literature, the Nazarene literature, the YHWH, whatever, come to the table and let the crowd ask random questions. We're going to see what book answer the most. That's simple. And you would think, you know what I mean, an Israelite would respond quickly. Oh, yeah, give me that. Let's rock. That ain't even a debate. That's just simply your ability to answer questions. We all do questions and answers. And the Israelite channel you go to, they don't do Q&As. You feel me? So anyway, that brother was the first one to bite. You dig? So I was like, all right, I'm feeling the brother spirit. That's what's up. Anyway, long story short, the day of the debate, you feel me? I put the flyer up in one of the WhatsApp groups that I'm in. And a brother that I know started tripping, like going crazy. And you know what I mean? He already disagreed with how I perceive and look at the scriptures anyway. He already disagreed with the Nazarene life. And, you know, even if we don't measure perfectly up, we striving to get there. That's just what it is. But he don't agree. And I really believe the brother done heard me in sound bites. You know what I mean? Like he ain't dealt with me like, hey, what's that I heard you say about, and what, you know, where can I find it? It ain't none of that. It's more of
of a gossip session going on with the brother. So we got to pray for him. You know what I mean? Because should no grown man be even acting like this. Anyway, he started going in and posting videos, old videos of me, videos of the Oxyla, videos about how the YHWH's even came into being. You see what I'm saying? And it wasn't nothing new to me. I had already looked at it like, all right, that's what's up. I mean, it didn't move me either way. I was just like, oh, okay. You did. Because when you're done talking, guess what? You got to deal with what's in there. Like, we can talk all day. Don't deal with it. It's satanic. All right, so what's satanic in it? That's what I'm going to ask, because I'm a brother that's just not finally opening that deal up and reading through it. You know what I mean? So anyway, the brother just, he basically like confusing the Nazarene literature with the YHWH literature. But when I think about it, I'm like, the Nazarene literature agree, from what I'm reading so far, agree almost word for word with it. You know what I mean? So anyway, the brother running his mouth. I'm like, all right, well, you making these charges, YAHKI. You making these charges, right? All right, so, hey, the protocol is you got to deal with me head up. Don't the Messiah say that in Matthew 18? One-on-one, you got to deal with me head up then. I'm saying this to him in front of everybody. Since you slandering me, calling me a non-messianic and all that, non-believer and a blasphemer and some crazy, like Anton LaVey, like the nigga really got a hateful spirit on him right now. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know what I mean? He's still a brother of mine. I pray for him. You dig? Still love the brother. But he just, until that spirit gets off of him and he sit down and say, you know what, dang, I got some questions for you. Hopefully you can answer. Let's get it. You feel me? Because I got questions too. Anyway, I've been in war, like back and forth conversations, but believe it or not, a few brothers hit me up and was like, you know what I mean? Basically, you know, respect and I'll just leave it at that. You know what I mean? I just leave it at that. But the whole thing is, the brother called me a non-messianic. That's how I jumped off, right? He said I'm a non-messianic. I say, bro, listen to me. I'm beyond messianic, meaning I'm messianic to the bone gristle, meaning I believe the Messiah's teachings are superior to the Torah portions you do every week. Every Saturday, you do a Torah portion. All right. And for those that don't know, it'd be the same Torah portion the synagogue of Satan is doing, the exact same scriptures. It's just they don't add the gospels in there, but it'd be the same thing. You know what I mean? So I say, look, I'm so messianic. I believe the teachings of the Messiah are superior to the Torah portions you teach every Saturday. That's how this all jumped off. You dig? And I just was letting them know, like, look, the Torah that he taught, the if you want to say the God he talked about was different than the Torah that was written down. In many ways, it was things that are in agreement, but there are things that he overrides and brings a different decision and judgment to the table. In essence, telling you don't even do that. You know what I mean? So you got to deal with that. That's not the same thing. So, you know, certain brothers still try to make it fit and harmonize. So, you know, the one brother put in there, he was like, is this the same thing? In essence, this is basically what he put in there. Is eye for an eye the same as turn the other cheek? Is eye for an eye, tooth for tooth, foot for foot, joint for joint? Is that the same as non-resistance and turning the other cheek? This is what a brother of ours in the chat asked them. You dig? So I respond immediately, no, it's not the same. No, it's not the same. It is totally different. You know what I mean? And that's what brothers and sisters really don't. You know, I can tell if you're still indoctrinated if I give you something easy to look at and you still try to fight and hold like, nah, that is the same. It's not. You feel me? And the fact you got to go piece 100 different precepts together just to arrive or somewhat arrive in the neighborhood of an answer. That ain't gonna cut it. That ain't gonna cut it for a simple fact. Everybody got the same precepts and different understanding. Yeah. Through your precepts, you get through his precepts, you get understanding, right? But then you got to ask yourself, then why does everybody have the same precepts but different understanding? You know what I mean? Straight up. So this is how this all jumped off. So I started doing Facebook posts like it's time to body and expose the false gods, because basically that's what it is. All right, so we're gonna start this off in the Nazarene Acts. We're gonna navigate through the navigate through the Nazarene Acts of the Apostles, first century documentation, I might say. Yeah, all right, so it's 1900 to 2000 years ago. All right, so the fact that Nazarene literature agrees with some of what YHWH's is saying, you need to look at that again, because Nazarene literature been saying it. It's 2,000 years old. Ooh-wee. So let's get into this. We go into the Nazarene Acts. Let's get her done. Good to see y'all in the building. Bless up. I see Anna in the building. Keila, Set Apart Living. The YAH'KI. All right, I see you in the building. Lovely Queen. ATL in the building. Bless up. All right, let's get her done. Jalon, my beloved brother. What up? Shalom. Keila. All right. Let's get her done. Hosea, Yeshaya, Eliah Ben Israel. I see you in the building. BG, James BG Bird Game, my beloved brother. You like that track? Bless up. Bless up. Bless up. All praise to the Most High. Yeah, bro. Hey, look, it's all about what resonates with your spirit. If it resonates with you, that's what's up. If it don't, hey, keep it moving. That's I ain't trip off this. We been getting down like that anyway. Like you run across stuff in the scriptures, you be like, man, I don't know about that, dog. You know what I mean? I don't know. You dig? So that's just what it is. No man can force you to believe anything. Remember, we're spiritual. So what you read, whatever you read and study, has to resonate with, it has to vibrate on the same frequency as your actual spirit. This is our energy anyway. That's what attracts you. That's what gravitates you if you want to use gravity towards something. That's what makes you curious. It's frequencies. You shooting at the same frequency. Like, oh, okay, bang. Here comes the attraction. All right. All praise. Yeah, read about they got the story of the YAH'KI. This I have read this in the YHWH about Yahshua. That's in the there's a book called Esper in there, God's Book of Esper. You dig? And it talk about the history in the heavens of what went down in the forming of Christianity at the Council of Nicaea. I say, oh, good night. It show you the spiritual forces, because truth about this, Constantine, as you look back in history, claimed that heavenly hosts visited him and showed a cross, right? A cross, really the Chi in the row. Okay, that's what it was. And said, in this sign, you gonna conquer. Constantine is said to have spiritual communion or visitation. So something spiritual happened that gave Christianity the power that, as you know it today, to sweep the earth. You know what I mean? So what's interesting to me is the history of the forming of it, like the history of it in the heavens and what went down on the earth. And it show you how Yahshua was a real man. You talk to the higher law and all that. Talk about the Essenes and the OSP, how the Essenes were plant-based and live communally and simple people, and were in commune with the forces, and how Yahshua was a teacher out of that community and all that. Man was murdered in Jerusalem. Yeah, same thing. So it's just all perspective. That's all it come down to. My YAH'KI. It's just all perspective. But let's get into this Nazarene Acts. Either it resonate with you or it don't. You dig? But I will say this though: if you're digging for gold, don't stop digging just because you run into fool's gold. I'm far too much of a curious soul. You dig? I'm just curious like that. It's just what it is. All right, so look, let me share this real quick. And that don't mean you're gonna believe everything written. You always question. Never abandon common sense, brothers and sisters. Question everything. It don't sit well with you for a reason. Something you read, all right, we'll question it. Investigate. We investigators. You know what I mean? That's right. Pace ourselves. That's right, Keila. Pace yourself. And this ain't no race. You know what I mean? Every brother and sister got to develop at their own pace, man. Just be on the path. That's it. You dig? So let me share this real quick. All right, hit share. Wow. Share screen. Dang. All right, let's pull this up. We going to the Nazarene Acts of the Apostles. Some of y'all got the book. All right. Some of y'all got the book. If you don't got the book, see that part right there? That's talking about the eating of the forbidden fruit denied. Look at it. Look, this 2,000 years old, they questioning the text. They questioning the text and standing on certain things. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, even if you don't want to believe it, it's a good read if you ask me. Who am I? Just your brother. That's it. All right, now this is why I want to go here first. All right. All this is about the false gods. All of it. All right, hold on, y'all. Let me do this. So I still got to. All right, hold on one second. Let me do this. Bang, bang, bang. All this is about the false gods, the false deities. All of it. Right? You're about to see this challenge that go out between Simon Magus and Peter the disciple, Shimon Kephah, the Nazarene. All right. So let me do this real quick. Pull this down. Abundant blessings to everybody in the chat. And guess what they talking about? They talking about the Torah. They talking about the differences between the Messiah's teachings versus the written Torah that's already written in their day. So it ain't Malachi Maccabee like I'm the originator of this new doctrine everybody be talking about. Y'all, they been talking about this. They've been arguing about it. You understand? What I'm saying is that the disciples of the Messiah wasn't ducking the fact that the written Torah had contradictions and things in it that, you know what I mean, just don't resonate. They wasn't ducking that. You feel me? They were standing on the teachings of their master because their master, the Messiah, Yahshua, taught them how to properly navigate. You know what I mean? Through them murky waters. You feel me? So the Messiah, his teachings is the Torah of the Most High, the Creator. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yehovah, whatever you rock with, or however brothers is rocking. I ain't even here to debate with you and talk to you about no names. I ain't even here for that. All right. So the whole thing is this. The whole thing is this. They've been arguing. All right. Things been in question. And just so happened, we find that this right here is considered ancient literature. Go back to first century Palestine, the original Messianic movement. Come to find out, when you do your proper research, y'all, you know what you find out? You find out that all your so-called church fathers, aka church historians, knew about this. They admit in their writings that the Nazarenes, the original followers of Messiah, have amongst them their own gospel and their own acts. But yet it's not included in the agreed upon canon of the New Testament. I wonder why. See, the Nazarene literature threatens the establishment or the religion of not only Christianity and Catholicism, but even mainstream Hebrew Israelite. Threatens that. Because now you got to bring certain things into question. And regardless if the Nazarene Acts was available or not, what's written in the Torah is still there. There's still, so in other words, without this book, there's still questions that rise in your mind about, hold on, that don't make sense. Even without Peter's breakdown that the Messiah taught him that we're about to go into. Even without that, the scriptures still stand. That's written. Meaning there are still questions on the table you have about certain scriptures. Absolutely. Everybody does. Everybody does. They're lying to you if they don't. All right. So what we about to do is go show you where this whole thing comes from. You feel me? And the teachings of the Nazarene literature is a main threat to the Israelites today. It's a threat. You understand? It's a threat. It breaks the chains of darkness and the unclean spirits of hatred, anger, and murder. You feel me? That our people have been in agreement with y'all for thousands of years. It totally destroys it. Totally destroys it. All right. Now, I'm gonna say it again. Regardless if we bring the Nazarene literature out or not, the questions still remain in the scriptures. All right. So let's get it. So it ain't even like, oh, you reading that book and look, bro, you still got the question to answer. You still got to answer the question, should I say. You still got to answer the question about this whole list of stuff that we got a problem with, that we got a question and line up that don't line up directly with the character of the Most High, the Creator. If it don't line up with his character, and the Messiah taught his character, then we got to question that. We got to question it. If it don't line up with his creation, we got to question it. And you're going to see that that's exactly what Peter the disciple said. And we about to go over right now. You know what I mean? So y'all hit the like button, hit the share button. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out to all the haters, job jackers, and naysayers. We love y'all too. Bless up. You understand? Whether you be friend or foe, hit the thumbs up or thumbs down. Let's eat. Let's eat. Bang, bang, bang. All right. Let me know if y'all can see that. Let me know if y'all can see that. I want to start right here. Challenge. All right. Simon is Simon Magus. Simon is Simon Magus. All right. So he about to challenge. All right. What he about to do, y'all, is challenge Peter the disciple about the text. About the text. Now, what you're going to find out is this. Peter was up under no illusion that the most of my brothers are up under today. He wasn't under that illusion. That the Torah, the written Tanakh, as if it don't have contradictions and conflicts. He wasn't under that illusion. He wasn't under that illusion. My brothers are under that illusion today. All right? And regardless if we bring out the Nazarene literature, we going into the Bible today too. We about to go into the Bible. You're going to speak on certain things. All right, let's go read it. Let's see what we can pull from it. All right, that's big. All right, bottom of page 288, Homilies 3. All right, chapter 10, 20, 35, 38. So if you got the Clementine Homilies, which is an extension of this, it's chapter 3 or Homilies 3, chapter 38. Simon's challenge many gods. Right? When Kepha had thus spoken, Kepha is Peter, y'all. Kepha. That's Peter the disciple. When Kepha had thus spoken, Simon, outside of the crowd, cried aloud, would you lie and deceive the unlearned multitude standing around you? So this is another thing I was trying to deal with the brother. I was like, bro, look, let's do this in front of everybody. For anybody that got a problem with me, then look, all right, well, if you don't want to do it one-on-one, let's do it in front of everybody. You don't even want to do it one-on-one, though. You only want to keep protocol. Notice this, though. This challenge is going down in front of everybody. Messiah, when he debating, y'all, that's going down in front of everybody. These things ain't whispered. These things ain't whispered in a little corner. Nah, it get done the old school way, right in front of everybody. See, how else are you going to prove whose doctrine is spiritually superior if it's never demonstrated? It's never demonstrated. You just a whole bunch of brothers and sisters that get together and pour over the same scriptures. That's it. But true about this, is it tested? Is it challenged? Now watch this. So true about this. Peter is a student or a disciple. He an apostle at this time, but he's a disciple or a student of Yahshua the Messiah. So peep his battle strategy. Peep how he handle up. All right, now watch this. Watch this. It says right here, why you lie and deceive the unlearned multitude standing around you, persuading them that it is unlawful to think that there are Elohim. Elohim. Okay? Now, look down toward the bottom. Even the person who put this book together know. What does that say down there? At the bottom of the page. Elohim is plural. All right? It ain't like you ain't got no, right in the Bible, Genesis 1, Elohim, verse 26, let us. It ain't like we ain't got Genesis chapter 3, verse, 22, 23? And that's Lord God at that time. So, you know, not just God, but even Lord God. Man has become like one of us. And then you got just Lord by itself, which is supposed to be the Most High. You did, but that's at the confounding of the Tower of Babel. That's Genesis the 11th chapter. Let us go down. The Lord said, let us go down. So it is important to establish the oneness of the Creator. That's all I'm saying. There should be no problem with Israel. Hero Israel, the Most High is one. All right. We only got a problem with titles. But we should have no problem understanding the oneness of the Most High, the Creator. All right. Now watch this. So that Elohim, i.e. gods, right? So this is Simon talking to Kepha, Peter. Now watch this. Watch how real this gets. And now I wish in the presence, let me highlight this for y'all. And now I wish in the presence of all to discuss with you from these books of the necessity of thinking that there are Elohim. Oh, hold on. I missed the rest of that last one. Let me get this. Why would you lie and deceive the unlearned multitude standing around you, persuading them that it is unlawful to think that there are Elohim or gods? Gods, right? It's all about the false gods. Remember that. And to call them so when the books that are current among the Yahudim say that there are many Elohim. It sounds like an unbeliever has understanding of Israelite literature. And he say the books that are current among y'all, says that there are many gods, many Elohim. This is what the naysayer is saying, right? Now watch this. Watch this. So this is about to be a dialogue or a discussion about Torah. And I pray my brothers in the KC Yashala group on WhatsApp are listening. I posted the video in the group. I know the one brother say he don't watch nothing or whatever. You ain't got nothing to have, brother. All right, these brothers are about to have a conversation, you feel me, about the written Torah that exists in their day. They about to get it in. Trip off this, y'all, right in front of everybody. They about to get it in because that's the only way to prove who's spiritually superior or whose doctrine is spiritually superior. You can't just throw accusations of, oh, that's satanic, that's demonic. All right, well, we got to go into that. Let's see. Now watch this. And now I wish in the presence of all to discuss with you from these books on the necessity of thinking that there are Elohim, there are gods. Game on, huh? Game on, huh? You see? Peter's stance, even though you're going to read in her that Peter is saying Elohim, you got to understand you're dealing with in-betweens. You're dealing with scribes. You're dealing with translators. You're dealing with editors. You know what I mean? So you're going to see Peter saying Elohim, but we about to show that Peter was talking about the Creator, regardless of what they write, you know what I mean, or how the publishers edit, whatever. Peter was talking about the Creator. We about to show you that. We're about to show you that verbatim. All right. So the enemy or the non-believer, should I say, Simon Magus is saying there's a necessity of thinking that there are gods, Elohim. First, showing respect in him whom you call Elohim. Trip off this, that he is not the supreme and omnipotent being. This is what the non-believer is saying to Kepha, Peter. But see, Peter or Kepha is a disciple of Yeshua, the Nazarene, the Messiah. You see, he ain't just no average Israelite, or he ain't just an Israelite out of a different sect, like Pharisee, like Sadducee, which are the sons of Zadok. The Sadducees, that's Zadok. That's Zadok now. Right? He's out of a specific sect. He's out the Nazarene sect. That's the sect he out of. So his teachings are different than the average Israelite. That's what most don't understand. You think we got this written Torah and that we all agreed on the written Torah. No, bro, that ain't what it is. You got to get into the history. Once you get into the history, then you, okay. Then things start clearing up for you. Start clearing up. Start making a lot more sense, right? Now watch this. He said right here, it says, inasmuch as he is without foreknowledge. So Simon Magus is claiming that the creator, you dig, is not supreme. He's not omnipotent, meaning he's weak. He's not supreme. He a little G. Then he says, inasmuch as he is without foreknowledge, meaning he's not all-knowing. He's ignorant. This is what the non-believer. This is who this is who Peter is battling. Peter is battling Simon Magus, and his charge is what? That the creator, the God that you serve, my bad, family. The God that you serve is weak. He a little G. He a little low. He don't know all. He's ignorant, right? He's imperfect. He makes mistakes. He's needy. He's not good. And underlying many and innumerable grievous passions. Wow. And underlying many and innumerable grievous passions. This is the charge that Simon Magus level against the creator, who Simon Peter is talking about, who Shimon Kephar is talking about the creator. How is Shimon Kephar or Peter able to talk about the creator? Because he's a student of Yahshua the Nazarene. Yeah, Nazarene literature. Brothers had the light 2,000 years ago. The Essenes, the Nazarenes. These brothers taught the higher way. All right, now watch this. Trip off this. It says right here, so when this has been shown from the scriptures, as I say, it follows that there is another, not written of, foreknowing, perfect, without want, good, far removed from all grievous passions. But he whom you call the who? The who? The creator. So right off the mouth of Peter's enemy, he's admitting that Peter calls, who Peter is talking about? Peter is talking about the creator. That's who Peter is talking about. Right? Oneness. He ain't talking about, you dig, all the gods, because right here, Simon Magus is talking about the Elohim, the gods. Peter is talking about who? The creator. If y'all understand that so far, give me a Yahoo up in the chat. Y'all know I ain't trying to lose nobody. But he whom you call the creator is subject to the opposite evils. And look down here at the bottom of 288. If you got the Nazarene Acts, look at that. Elohim, i.e. what? Gods. There it is right there. And that's right there in Genesis 1:1. It is. We can act like it ain't there. We can act like the verb is before the proper noun and all that. But that's out the window as soon as you get down to verse 26. Let us make man in our image. That's out the window there. See? So that proves even the editors or, those responsible for publishing this understood the difference between Elohim, gods, and the creator. Okay? We got off Simon Magus' mouth, Peter the disciple's enemy, that Peter is talking about, or who Peter calls the creator. All right? So game on, right? Because all this is about false inspiration. False gods. All right? Now trip off this. You still got to deal with this even if the Nazarene literature ain't been around. You still got to deal with it because it's written in the scriptures. All right? Still got to deal with this. Now watch this. Defects ascribed to God or ascribed to Elohim. Look at this. Look at this. And remember, this is Simon still talking. Let me check the chat real quick. Make sure y'all good. Okay, we good. NehemiYAH, big homie in the building. Bless up, King. Got you big. Sis say since 2020 she been knowing this. Bless up. That's what's up. Now look at this. Even if the Nazarene literature is not available, you still got to deal with this. And that's what I've been trying to tell the brothers, man. Like, look, take me up out of it. You still got to deal with this, bro. Somebody in here gonna have a question about this eventually. All right. Now look at this. Look at this. Bro said he just waking up. Get up, man. Now watch this. Watch this. So also Adam, being made at first after his likeness, is created blind. This is what Simon Magus is saying. So also Adam, being made at first after his likeness, is created blind. Okay. And it said not to have knowledge of good or evil. And is found a transgressor. And is driven out of paradise. And is punished with death. In like manner also he who made him, because he sees not in all places, says with reference to the overthrow of Sodom, come and let us go down and see whether they do according to their cry, which comes to me. Or if not, that I may know, thus he shows himself ignorant. That's, we gotta stop and pause right there. Is the Creator ignorant? Is the Creator blind? Because regardless of the Nazarene literature or not, this is why I asked this, right? It's still written, come and let us go down and see whether they do according to their cry, which comes to me. Or if not, that I may know. Look at that. What you mean, come and let us go down and see? The Most High is all-knowing. He already has knowledge of what it is. He don't have to come and deal with you locally for him to understand what's going on. He's all knowledgeable. He has foreknowledge. You see? So regardless, you got to bring that into question, regardless if it's Nazarene literature out there or not. You know why? Because if you roll with that the Lord said, come and let us go down and see whether they do according to their cry, that comes to me. If you roll with that, then guess what? You're saying that the Most High is ignorant in certain cases, short-sighted. He's not all-knowing. He got to come deal with you locally to understand and gain knowledge of what's really going on, to see clearly. See, this is a defect ascribed to the Most High that's in the written Torah. The Creator is all present. The Most High is all present, all person, always was, is, and will be. Omnipotent, omnipresent, all knowledgeable. I mean, you can go on and on. Didn't the Messiah say that the Most High is the Spirit, and those who worship him must worship him in what? Spirit and truth. Yeah. Now look at this. This is still written in there that it says, come, let us go down and see whether they do according to their cry, which comes to me, or if not, that I may know. Thus he shows himself ignorant. Is the Most High ignorant? He got to come deal with you locally to understand what's really going on. You see, we not really, so you got to be careful of how you think about the Most High. You don't want to think about the Most High, the Creator, Yahweh, as if he's just some little chump sucker right there. He's a man, he lies, he's angry, he's jealous, he's bitter, he's bloodthirsty. Like, who are you talking about here? You know what I mean? Like what's really going on here? How long is we gonna play the game? So look at this. Come and let us go down and see whether they do according to their cry, which comes to me, or if not, that I may know. Thus he shows himself ignorant. You see that? So the Most High is not ignorant. Anybody that's, that understand that the Most High is all-knowing, that he don't got to come deal with you locally to understand the inwards and the outward mechanics of what's going on. You dig? For you or for us, that scripture should be a problem, because it shows that the Most High is ignorant in some capacity. Shows he's ignorant in some capacity. You dig? Now you can make all the excuses you want. Oh man, that's metaphorical. Look, I understand. I've heard it all. But when you're done talking, the all-knowing, omnipotent Creator don't need to come to pull up on you locally like a pull-up boy. You don't need to pull up on you locally to understand the inwards and outwards of what's going on with you. or his creation? Because he's ever present. You see? So that should be a problem right there. See, that's brought into question. You see? Now watch this. And this is with the enemy of Simon Peter is saying. Right? He's simply going into the Torah and showing that, look, the God that you claim you worship is short-sighted. He's ignorant right there in that scripture. But watch this. And his saying respecting Adam, let us drive him out, lest he put forth his hand and touch the tree of life and eat and live forever. And saying, lest he is ignorant, and driving him out, lest he should eat and live forever, he is also envious. Right? Why would the Creator be envious of any entity or being living forever? Who can top the Most High? Nothing or no thing. And whereas it is written that Elohim changed his mind, that he hadn't made man. That's Genesis the 6th chapter, right? That he repented. For the longest, we be like, yeah, you know, not repent like he sinned, but repent like, you know, he regretted. Repent like he changed his mind. Hold on. Oh, so are we saying that the Creator changes his mind? I thought there are scriptures in there that say he don't change. Work with it. Work with it. And whereas it is written that Elohim changed his mind, that he had made man. This implies both repentance and ignorance. Meaning he made a mistake somewhere, right? When it's regretful or if it's repentant, meaning you got to turn away. He turned away from that he made man. But brother, that's implying that the Most High made a mistake. See, right essentials, right beliefs of the Creator is essential for holiness. It's essential. You got to have a right belief and thought about the Most High. You can't subject him to man, a mortal. Most High ain't never been a mortal, a man. Now watch this. Watch this. For this reflection is a view by which one, through ignorance, wishes to inquire into the result of the things that he wills, or it is the act of one repenting on account of the event not being according to his expectation. Right? Meaning if the Most High changed his mind that he made man, about this, it says, for this reflection is a view by which one, through ignorance, wishes to inquire into the result of the things that he wills. So if the Most High are repenting that he made man, even the enemy is saying that's a reflection. For this reflection is a view by which one, through ignorance, wishes to inquire into the results of the things that he wills. Or it is the act of one repenting on account of the event not being according to his expectation. I thought me creating man would have turned out better than this. But that would mean he's not all-knowing. That would mean he's ignorant. That would mean he makes mistakes. He's not perfect. He's imperfect. So you got to be careful. Watch this. And trip off this, y'all. This is a battle any one of us can be in at any day. You dig? They got the Sonetta TV and studios and all that, bro. Listen to me. Oh, my brothers and sisters, listen to me. This battle right here, you being called on the very Bible that you hold in your hand. That can happen to any believer at any time. So stick around, because you can learn some debating tactics, some strategy from Peter. You know what I mean? You can learn some battle tactics. That way you learn how to properly defend the testimony of the Messiah. That way you know how to do that. Now watch this. And whereas it is written, and the master smell the sin of sweetness, it is the part of one in need. Yeah. And his being pleased with the fat of flesh is the part of one who is not good. But his trial, as it is written, Elohim tried Abraham. Yeah, to kill Isaac, right? Right? Kill Isaac, right? That's the Creator that tried him. Yeah, flip over to Genesis 22. Yeah, look at this. But his trial, as it is written, Elohim tried Abraham, is the part of one who is evil. Yeah, because it's evil for you to murder your children. Absolutely. If any one of y'all got an inspiration right now to murder your children, grandbaby, spouse, ain't there one of y'all gonna do it. Because you know that's off. That's wrong. You know it. So look at this. But his trial, as is written, and Elohim tried Abraham, is the part of one who is evil and who is ignorant of the issue of the experiment. This is what the naysayer point in. Because the naysayer know where the Torah is problematic at, the written Torah. He know where it's at. And any one of you brothers and sisters can be called on the belief, your belief in the scripture, any day. So at least, you know what I mean, at least learn how to properly wage war and pull your sword if you're going to stick around over that way. You understand? Now watch this. Look at this. So you know the disciple of the Messiah got an answer though, right? You already know this. Kepha's answer, Homilies 3, chapter 40, Kepha's answer. In like manner, Simon, by taking many passages from the scriptures, seemed to show that the creator, I know that says Elohim, but we just established that Peter is dealing with the creator. He's not dealing with gods. He's dealing with the Most High through the teachings of the Messiah. All right. The ascended master. Look at this. Seemed to show that the Most High is subject to every infirmity. And to this, Kepha said, does he who is evil and wholly evil love to accuse himself in the things in which he sins? Answer me this. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Boy, it's on and cracking now, boy. I'm trying to tell everybody. Did you see how Peter answered, how he doubled down on him? Y'all peep? Does he who is evil and wholly evil love to accuse himself in the things in which he sins? Answer me this. In other words, if somebody is evil, do they charge themselves as being evil? No. No. And you can be the most sadistic, black-hearted bastard on the earth. You dig? But you ain't going to accuse yourself. You ain't going to condemn yourself. All right? So he said, answer me this. Then said Simon, he does not. Then said Kepha, how then can the creator be evil and immoral, seeing that those evil things which have been commonly written regarding him have been added by his own will? How can he be evil and immoral? Because you're saying these things are written by him. You dig? About himself. You're basically saying he accuses himself. Then when I ask you, does he who is wholly evil accuse himself? Guess what you say? He don't. Then said Kepha, how then can the Most High be evil and immoral, seeing that those evil things which have been commonly written regarding him have been added by his own will? Meaning, if the Most High, the creator, y'all, if he's evil, he wouldn't free case himself. Whew, that's cold. That's cold. Peter like, nah, for Kepha, that's his Hebrew name, Kepha, the disciple, student of Yahshua the Mashiach. He said if the Most High was evil, he wouldn't free case himself. Because he who is wholly evil in whatever he's doing don't accuse himself, do he? No. Why would the Most High accuse himself? Peter ain't duck. He ain't try to harmonize it and say, nah, man, you know, Genesis 1 with 100 precepts mean this. He ain't try to harmonize it, none of that. And now this is a direct student of Yahshua the Messiah, who most of my brothers claim they believe. He ain't act as if things were in harmony with the teachings of his master. He wasn't acting like things that are written in the Torah were in harmony with the teachings of his master, the Messiah. He just simply said that can't be the Most High, because he that is holy and wicked don't accuse or condemn himself, Jack. And if that's the case, the Most High don't either. So now we got to deal with the text then. Now we got to say, okay, that's your answer. Then why is it written? Exactly. Exactly. And this is the level y'all brothers and sisters don't want to get to. They don't want to deal with, you know, critical thinking. You don't want to deal with critical thinking. All right. Now watch this. Then said Simon, it may be that the charge against him is written by another power and not according to his choice. Oh, wait. Even the naysayer saying it must be written by some other authority or power, some other God or something, and not according to his choice. Then said Kepha, let us then in the first place inquire into this, if indeed he has of his own will accused himself, as you formerly acknowledged, then he is not evil. But if it is done by another power, it must be inquired and investigated with all energy, who is subjected to all evils, him who alone is good. Oh, we backing down. One thing the disciple of Yahshua didn't do, and all you brothers and sisters need to learn this. You dig? He didn't try to make what was evil righteous. He didn't try to make it fit. If it didn't fit with the teachings of his master, then it's just what it was. If it didn't fit in jail with the teachings of the Messiah, then it was problematic. And that's what I was telling the brother in the chat that had a problem with me. I'm like, bro, I'm so messianic. I believe the teachings of the Messiah are superior to the Torah portions you do every week. Yeah, I stand on that. Absolutely. All right, now watch this. I'm going to read that again. Then said Kepha, let us then in the first place inquire into this, if indeed he has of his own will accused himself. Accused himself, right? Meaning the Most High wrote that about himself, that he's evil, and bloodthirsty and ignorant and a murderer. You dig? Peter say, look, even if that was true, who you know that's wicked that acknowledges and condemn and would condemn themselves? Who you know that's evil that would call themselves evil and condemn themselves as evil? Nah, that don't happen. So think about this. It say, let us then in the first place inquire into this, if indeed he has of his own will accused himself, as you formerly acknowledge, then he is not evil. But if it is done by another power, it must be inquired and investigated with all energy, who has subjected to all evils, him who alone is good. So it's like, guess what? Guess what Peter's saying? We got to get the investigation going. All right? Got to get the investigation going. You're supposed to investigate. See that? You're supposed to investigate. All right, we at the top of page 290, Nazarene Acts of the Apostles. All right. It ain't like these things ain't in the scriptures, y'all. They in there. Let us go down and see. But believing that means you believe that the Most High is ignorant in some capacity, that he's not all knowing in some capacity. See that? Think about it. Why would the creator, the Most High, be ignorant? See, so we got 2,000 years ago, the text is being called into question. So Peter answers back and say, look, he that is evil don't even accuse himself, Jack. So whatever's written against him, you understand? It ain't of him. Now watch this. Status questions. It says, then said Simon. Look at this, y'all. Then said Simon, you are obviously avoiding dealing with the charges that the scriptures make against your creator. Look at this. Then Kepha, you yourself appear to me to be doing this. For he who avoids the order of inquiry does not wish a true investigation to be made. Now, Peter, like, we gonna do this in decency and in order, Jack. I ain't running from nothing. But we gonna make sure it's done, you know what I mean, strategic. We gonna make sure this thing done in order. That's what we gonna do. All right? Because if you don't want it done in order, you're doing that like one who wishes to duck a true investigation. Hence, I who proceed in an orderly manner and want the writer first to be considered, am obviously desirous to walk in a straight path. Who's the writer? The writer is Clement. Clement documenting this. Peter like, look, I'm so patient with this. Kepha or Peter, Kepha is his Hebrew name. All right. He like, look, I'm so with this. I'm willing to be on path and take our time so even the writer here can properly document this. Order in the court. Right? Because you always gotta have a stenographer order in the court, right? Need the records. Now look at this. Trip off this. Then Simon first confess that if the things written against the Creator, look at this. You see? So we're going to put the difference out there. The difference between who Shimon Kepha, the disciple, Peter disciple talking about the Creator. Simon Magus is talking about the Elohim, the many gods. That's who he's talking about. All right? And just walk with us through this. It's all good. I understand certain people may have questions and all that, but look, just listen. You dig? This is interesting. Just listen. Now watch this. Then Simon first confessed that if the things written against the Creator are true, he is not above all, since according to the scriptures, he is subject to all evil. Then afterwards, we will inquire as to the writer. Then said Kepha, that I may not seem to speak against your want of order through unwillingness to enter upon the investigation. I answer you. I say that if the things written against the Creator are true, they do not show that Creator is evil. Then said Simon, how can you maintain that? He like, huh? He said, if those things written against him are true, you did. Guess what? I'm still standing on he ain't evil. See, it's a certain code you got to stand on. He said, even if it is true, right? Now watch this. Homilies 3, chapter 42. All right, we on page 290. Nazarene Acts of the Apostles. Clip up. Good to see y'all in the building. Bless up. I see y'all. All praises. All praises. Hit the like button, hit the share button, thumbs up or thumbs down. It's all good. All right. Now watch this. Topic right here is, was Adam blind? Was Adam blind? See, it ain't honor and humility. Man, y'all coming with this new doctrine, y'all. 2,000 years ago, the text was being brought into question. The written Torah and Tanakh was being brought into question by the disciples of the Messiah. And they get their doctrine from him. Now it makes sense why the scribes would be against Messiah. Those that write down, they're the ones responsible for producing the written Torah. Yahshua come teaching the higher law. You heard it say this, but I say this. You heard it been said this, but I say this. You see that? Now watch this. Was Adam blind? Then said Kepha, because things are written opposite to those sayings that speak evil of him. So neither the one nor the other can be confirmed. Peter is acknowledging the conflict in the scriptures. What we've been telling y'all for over a year now. He's acknowledging the conflicts in the scripture. Because there are things written opposite to those sayings that speak evil of them. Yeah. You know, think about this, y'all. Pick any topic in the Bible and you're going to have multiple perspectives by it. Multiple doctrines. So Peter like, look, all that canceled out because there's opposite sayings. How can you ascertain the truth if there's evil written about them and then there's righteousness written about them? How can you ascertain the truth? And look, about this. Keep listening. You're going to learn how to ascertain the truth. Because these the sect, the Israelite brothers and sisters and children that had the light 2,000 years ago. They had the light. Right? Things were being brought into question. They lived in harmony with creation. It did. They were openly standing on the teachings of Mashiach. Oh, no. Yep. This history shows they all was plant-based. All of them. All of them. Show you how in the same history, same book. Show you how when we first started getting the inspiration to eat flesh. Got that from the giants. Contrary to nature. Then Simon, how then is the truth to be ascertained of those scriptures that say he is evil or of those that say he is good? Excellent question. And I pray my brothers in the chat and WhatsApp, KC Yasha'Allah, are listening. It's an excellent question the enemy put forth to Peter, to K5. Excellent question. Look at this. How then is the truth to be ascertained of those scriptures that say he is evil, or those that say he is good? Then K5, whatever sayings of the scriptures are in harmony with the creation that was made by him are true, but whatever are contrary to it are false. Look at that right there, y'all. Look at that. How do you navigate the murky waters of the Bible? You got to understand creation. Bag drop. Bag drop. You got to understand creation, because through creation is how you understand the Most High, the Creator. You see? Look at that. The question got asked. How then is the truth to be ascertained of those scriptures that say he is evil, or those that say he is good? Then Kephah, whatever sayings of the scriptures are in harmony with the creation that was made by him are true, but whatever are contrary to it are false. Stand on it. You see that? Y'all see that? If y'all understand that, give me an 8 up in the chat. Give me 8 up in the chat. I want to make sure I ain't lose nobody. Bless up. Trying to lose nobody. All right? Peter the disciple says, or K5 the disciple says, whatever don't line up with creation is false. Whatever don't line up with creation is false. Ooh-wee. 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 See? He wasn't under the vibration of most of my brothers and sisters today that's trying to make everything harmonize. No. No. It don't harmonize. Don't. You got conflicts in there. All you got to do is even read older versions of the Bible. You'll see his differences. Let's not get there. All right. Let's not act like children. All right. So he boldly says that if it don't line up with creation, it ain't right and exact. It ain't true. That's what he just said. Marcus Israel in the building. Bless up, YAH'KI. Then Simon said, how can you show that the scriptures contradict themselves? How can you show that the scriptures contradict themselves? Wow. And Kepha said, you say that Adam was created blind, which was not so. For he would not have pointed out the tree of the knowledge of good and evil to a blind man. Dang. Dang, see, it's problems in your stories. That's what Peter is saying. Yeah. Both, but trip on this, y'all. Really, both of them are saying it's a problem with the text. Both of them are. One is just coming from the mindset that it's okay and that the gods, there be gods many and lords many, that the gods should be worshipped, the Elohim. Peter is coming with the raw and uncut truth from the Messiah. You understand? Teachings from the Messiah. Look, he ain't got no books or nothing. He coming right off the top. You see that? Right in front of everybody. But Peter is dealing with the Creator, the Most High, Yahweh. So game on, right? So it's never personal, but we got to hit the God part. You got to hit them gods. You got to hit them gods. If you make the claim that the Creator, the Most High, is holy and set apart, then we should not see the same type of rituals happening amongst who you call pagans and heathens and their gods. That's just what it is. All right? That's just what it is. Now watch this. Nazarene Acts of the Apostles. Read it again. And Kepha said, you say that Adam was created blind, which was not so, for he would not have pointed out the tree of the knowledge of good and evil to a blind man and commanded him not to taste of it. So how can you claim the man was blind? You dig? But if that's the case, the tree of good and evil would have never been pointed out to him. Look at this. Then said Simon, he meant that his mind was blind. Now he got him running, right? Then Kepha, Peter, how could he be blind in respect of his mind, who before tasting of the tree was in harmony with him, who made him, giving appropriate names to all the animals? He's like, who you talking about? If you know Adam, you dig, and that's, you know, that's a whole nother topic, you dig, about the Adamites and Adam himself, and we'll get there. But just walk with me for a second. All right. If Adam's mind was blind, for one, Adam couldn't have been blind based off the story that you have in your Bible, because again, the tree of good and evil would have never been pointed out to him. He's blind. You see that? Also, if his mind was blind, all right, before tasting of that tree, you claim, how? He was in harmony with the Creator, and according to the biblical text, guess what? He gave appropriate names to all the animals. So his mind couldn't have been too blind. I mean, his mind clear enough to name animals in creation, but not clear enough to understand not to partake of a certain fruit off a certain tree. Does that make sense? See, they're questioning the text. And y'all, even regardless if we had the Nazarene literature or not, regardless if my SHALOM was teaching out the old WASPI or not, you still got a problem with the text that we have. Still a problem there. Now look at this. Then Simon, if Adam had foreknowledge, so he claiming Adam didn't have foreknowledge, that Adam was ignorant. All right, now watch this. If Adam had foreknowledge, how did he not foreknow that the serpent would deceive his wife? That's an excellent question. That's an excellent question. Then Kepha, if Adam had not foreknowledge, how did he give names to the sons of men as they were born with reference to their future doings, calling the first Cain, which is interpreted envy? So it was like, trip off that, like who he named, his sons who he named, that even the names are prophetic, meaning Adam's a prophet, meaning he has the gift of foreknowledge. If Adam had not foreknowledge, how did he give names to the sons of men as they were born with reference to their future doings, calling the first Cain, which is interpreted envy, who through envy, trip off this, who through envy killed his brother Abel, which is interpreted grief, for his parents grieved over him, the first slain. Now look at this. And remember, this is Peter responding so far. Now watch this. We about to get into it. All right. I pray I'm not losing anybody. We going over the Nazarene literature, the Nazarene Acts of the Apostles. We going over this journal that Clement documented Peter's battles with a guy named Simon Magus. This is first century documentation. It goes into everything from diet to the corruption of the text to the Messiah. I mean, all of it, man. All of it. First, straight out of first century Palestine or Israel. All right. And your church fathers knew about it, but it was not included in what you called or the agreed upon New Testament. All right. So this right here threatens mainstream Christianity and mainstream Hebrew Israelitisms. It threatens that because certain things that's believed got to get called into question. You see? It got to get called into question. And y'all trip off this. We ain't the ones making the questions up. These questions been around. They've been had a problem with the text. Right here, I'm showing y'all 2,000 years ago they had a problem with the text. They got a problem. When I say the text, I'm talking about the written, received Torah that you had today. The Nazarene and the Essene brothers had a problem with it. They had a problem with the priests. They had a problem with the temple. They had a problem with the slaughtering of the animals. They had a problem with all that. It was on different calendars and everything. It was a whole different movement. You see that? Now watch this. But if Adam, being the work of the Creator, had foreknowledge, much more the Most High who created him had it. Absolutely. How is it Adam could have foreknowledge? You understand? And not be blind, name all the animals, and even prophesy in naming his sons. How could he have foreknowledge but not his maker? Because the charge in some of the stories we read in the Torah charges the Most High as if he's not all-knowing at times. Come and let us go down and see whether these things be true that we heard. The Lord said it. You see that? So you got to be careful, because there are things written against the Creator in the Bible. Written against him. If you got, trip off this, if you got false scribes, that's Jeremiah 8:8. Well, y'all, if you got false scribes, the false scribes are under inspiration of the false gods, masquerading as the Most High. The only way you'll be able to know the Creator is through his character, through his creation. So if a voice came to you right now and told you, I am the Lord your God, throw your child in the garbage disposal. Every last one of y'all listening gonna say, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that. Because you know that's wrong. You see? Now watch this. But if Adam, being the work of the Most High, had foreknowledge, much more the Most High who created him had it. And that is false, which is written that the Most High reflected. The Most High changed his mind, as if using reasoning on account of ignorance. And that the Most High tested Abraham. Look at that. Yeah, what you talking about with Isaac? What you talking about, Abraham? The Lord told Abraham murder his son. And if you roll with that, then guess what? How are you mad at anybody that when you turn on the news, somebody didn't bake their children or threw it in the microwave? What you mad about? You see that? What you mad about? What you mad when you hear about somebody killing their children and all that? After all, Abraham was tested by the Creator, right? To go ahead and kill his son. See? Look at this. I'm going to read that again. And that is false, which is written that the Creator reflected. Meaning he repented that he made man. Or he had to come down and see what was going on because he couldn't see from where he was at. As if using reasoning on account of ignorance. And that the Most High tested Abraham that he might know if he would endure it. Look at that. You want me to take the I can take the blue highlights off. It's a problem. Take the blue highlights off. It's a problem. No problem. Trip off this. As if using reasoning on account of ignorance, and that the Most High tested Abraham that he might know if he would endure it. And that which is written, let us go down and see if they are doing according to the cry of them that come to me. And if not, that I may know. See, Peter is under no illusion. He's saying, bro, all that's false. Because it means the Most High is not all-knowing. That means he's ignorant. He's not omnipotent. It means he's weak. That's false. Of that he's bloodthirsty. No, thou shalt not kill, right? And Peter like, oh, that's false. Now, and if Peter is saying this, y'all, in the first century, that means he got it from Yahshua, the Nazarene. If what I'm saying makes sense, give me a 5 up in the chat. Bless up. Bless up. Bless up. Bless up. All this is in your Bible or in your Torah, regardless if the Nazarene literature is out or not. You got to question it. Is the Most High ignorant or is he all-knowing? He can't be both. He can't be ignorant too. How is the Most High ignorant of anything? That means he's not all-knowing. How is the Creator a murderer and inspiring you to murder? That means you got to take thou shalt not kill off the table. You can murder. You can kill. Think about it. Yeah, that's the Nazarene Acts of the Apostles, YHWH'S. Think about it. All they got to get called into question. If it ain't about the Most High being all-knowing, then you saying he's ignorant. If it ain't about him being omnipotent, meaning all-powerful, you saying he's weak. If it ain't about him being righteous, you saying he's evil. And you walk around with that mindset about the Creator. And you wonder why the behavior in Israel represent that. Because, y'all, that's the behavior of the false gods, the false deities. Israel, just like every other nation, been up under the vibration of the false gods. Easy. Easy. And our pioneers, our brothers in this way, was talking about this 2,000 years ago. Clip up. It ain't no thing. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. He called it false. You see? You got to be able to take that stand. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe the Most High a little G, a chump sucker, a little low. I don't believe that. I don't believe the Most High is impotent. I don't believe he weak. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe the Most High bloodthirsty and angry and jealous. And no, I don't believe that about the Most High. I believe the opposite. You understand? So I don't believe he jealous. I believe it ain't no comp with the Most High. Hell, he jealous over him. I don't believe he weak. I believe he's omnipotent. I don't believe he's evil. I believe he's righteous. I don't believe he spilled blood and bloodthirsty in a murder. I believe he's peaceful. Yeah. Straight up. Now watch this. Watch this. Yet not to extend my discourse too far. Whatever sayings ascribe ignorance to him, or anything else that is evil, being upset by other sayings that affirm the contrary, are proven to be false. Wow. Wow. Yes, now look, YHWH'S been Israel, no doubt. Now trip off this, King. What you believe is supposed to be challenged. Supposed to be challenged. Mashiach was challenged while he was doing his ministry right in front of everybody. We believe, as brothers and sisters, always supposed to be challenged, because there are different levels to the truth. You understand? This right here, bro, you ain't even got to reinvent the wheel. Just study the teachings that Peter got right here, because they come from the Messiah. You dig? And then study right there in right there in Matthew 5. The Messiah telling you what I'm teaching is different than what's written. You have heard it been said, eye for eye, tooth for a tooth, but I say unto you, resist not evil. All right, and whoever smack you on that side, turn the other to him also. You see that? So he telling you, don't even do or execute what's written, do what I say. That right there shows that's the difference. You know what I mean? That shows us the difference. They was questioning that. That's why the scribes was coming at Messiah. You dig? So it's understandable. It's understandable that, questions are like, dang, but look, bro, when you read truth, it's posed a question. Like, because if what we believe is solid, if what we believe is all the way solid, then we should have no problem with it being scrutinized. There's no problem with it being tested. And I've always been like that as a brother. Put it on the table. Let's see. Let's see. NehemiYAH tell you, I always been like that as a brother. Always. Put it on the table. Let's shoot. Hey, let's shoot it out. Let's see. You dig? And that's just what it is. And if you find that something that you thought what it wasn't, bro, the worst thing that happened is what? You leveled up in the truth. That's the worst that can happen. You got more understanding. Like, dang, okay, I was off a little bit doing that. You see what I'm saying? And trust me, the people respect a man like that more than somebody that's fronting. They realize they are mistaken and ain't even gonna tell nobody they mistaken. Nigga, you knew we missed the exit 10 miles back. Got us still riding. Nigga, get off of the next exit, turn around and get back on the highway, man. Huh? We done missed this thing 10 miles back, and you knew we was, you see what I'm saying? It can't be like that. Whenever we believe in it, there's no problem. You know what I mean? With it being questioned and challenged. Should be no problem with that. And if it is, we got to ask ourselves, what kind of spirit is it that we rocking with? Because last I read, he ain't gave you the spirit of fear. Nothing but a power, right? Love and a sound mind. We ain't got no reason to be scared around here. You understand? You understand? We all know what's, look, bro, listen, we grown. You know how to discern what's right and what's wrong. Because look, if it's wrong, it ain't even gonna vibrate with your spirit right. You know, oh, no, I can't receive that right now. I just ain't feeling that. That's just what it is. All right. So all praise. Watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna read it again. Yet not to extend my discourse too far, whatever sayings ascribe ignorance to the Most High, or anything else that is evil, being upset by other sayings that affirm the contrary are proven to be false. But because he does indeed foreknow, he says to Abraham, you will surely know that your seed will be exiles in the land that is not their own, and they will enslave them and treat them badly, and they will humble them 400 years. But I will judge the nation to which they will be in bondage, and after that they will come out to this place with much property. But you will go to your fathers in peace after living to a ripe old age. And in the 4th generation they will return here, for the sins of the Amorites are not yet filled up. So look, Peter is still quoting prophecies in the Torah. He's like, that's how you know the Most High is for it, because what he told Abraham came to pass. You see? So the Most High can't be ignorant. But there are scriptures that ascribe ignorance to him. That's the point. You see what I'm saying? Now watch this. Elohim's decrees. All right? Or the Creator's decrees. But what? Question mark. Does not Moses foretell the sins of the people and predict their dispersion among the nations? Facts. Hebrews. Facts. But if he gave foreknowledge to Moses, how can it be that he had it not himself? Mostly, in other words, you can't say that the Creator does not have foreknowledge and that he's ignorant, because he created men and then gave men the gift of prophecy. I mean, they got foreknowledge. So how would their maker not have it if they have it? Make it make sense. All right, now watch this. But if he gave foreknowledge to Moshe, how can it be that he had it not himself? But he has it. And if he has it, as we have also shown, it is an extravagant saying that he reflected. Extravagant ain't something good in this case. He's saying that's a false saying that he reflected. The Most High got foreknowledge. What you mean he had to come down and see? What you mean he had to repent that he made man? He got foreknowledge. He's all-knowing. He's not ignorant. He's not weak. He's not bloodthirsty. See, the Nazarene brothers was calling the text and the question 2,000 years ago. We just simply presenting the literature. That's it. Look at this. Look at this. Now watch this. Now watch this. It says right here, it is an extravagant saying that he reflected and that he changed his mind and that he went down to see, and whatever else of this sort. What things he knew about before they came to pass came about without variance. He like, look, anything that attributes ignorance to the Creator, anything that attributes evil, any of that, none of that is true. Any of that. None of it is true. So he was willing to stand on that. So it's not that hard, if it goes against the Most High's character. If it gets about this, if it goes against the teachings of the Messiah, there you go. There you go right there. If it go against the teachings of Mashiach, question it. Question it. Question it. These men ain't stoning and bringing no judgments these days. But they was in Mashiach day, right? Mashiach stopped the stoning. Stopped it. Reading Torah say judge her on the spot. Her and the cat she was creeping with. Death penalty according to the written Torah. What do? He stopped it. Now it said somewhere it convicted the hypocritical men that were trying to put her to death. It convicted their hearts. He got spiritual with them. Convicted their hearts, and they marched out one by one in rank. And he asked them, where your accusers? They gone. I don't accuse you either, but hey, look, go and sin no more. Go and sin no more. Go and sin no more. Stop playing around. You did? He was overriding judgments and giving different breakdowns than what was written. And that's why they wanted to murder him. His teachings are the Torah of the Creator. That's different. It's similar in some ways, but it's different than the written Torah that you had today. It's different. That's right, sister. Sister said the Torah we had today ain't even from Moses. It's a rewrite. Exactly. Exactly. It ain't even, you don't look, we don't even got what Ezra produced in Second Ezra. Because you have 200 and something books. You have 204 books of the Torah, let alone anything else. The Tanakh would be 204 books. You ain't got that one. Stop it, man. Sacrifices. Homilies 3. Cornell Davis. Shalom, King. Bless her. How you be? All right, sacrifices. But that he is not pleased with sacrifices is shown by this. Those who lusted after flesh were slain as soon as they tasted it and were buried, so that it is called the grave of lusts. Now, he's talking about Numbers, the 11th chapter. Yeah, he's talking about the quail. In Numbers 11, when Israel was in the wilderness and they was lusting after flesh and he rained down quail. But notice that Peter is comparing that to sacrificing. Because if you're chewing on the flesh of an animal, it had to have been slaughtered, murdered. It was sacrificed. That's the point. See, a lot of our people don't look at meat chewing. A lot of our people don't look at chewing on animals as sacrifice, but it is. Dead flesh is an offering. It is a sacrifice. And the law, and if you want to run with the clean flesh theory, then the clean flesh, even according to the laws of the flesh, had to be sacrificed and slaughtered, you understand, and prepared according to the law in Leviticus. And that flesh couldn't be dead no longer than 2 days. Brothers, I heard with deep freezers full of dead animals that they're going to barbecue them all. Come on, man, stop that. Stop that. He's comparing the lusting for the flesh in the wilderness where we ate quail till it came out our nose. He's comparing that to a sacrifice. Last I checked, they hadn't put no altar up. You see that? Called it a sacrifice. Because chewing on the carcasses of dead animals, it had to have been slaughtered. It was a sacrifice. Believe that. Now watch this. But that he is not pleased with sacrifices is shown by this. Those who lusted after flesh were slain as soon as they tasted it and were buried, so that it was called the grave of lusts. He then who at the first was displeased with the slaughtering of animals. You see that? The slaughtering of animals, not wishing them to be slain, did not ordain sacrifices as desiring them, nor from the beginning did he require them. Most High don't want your sacrifices. You want all these dead animals. Nah. Can you imagine the smell of all that dead flesh and blood? Stop it. And we come and show that even in the text, where there's a conflict between those, the followers of the way, and those that's chewing on the flesh. You see that? Now watch this. Now watch this. He then who at the first was displeased with the slaughtering of animals, not wishing them to be slain, did not ordain sacrifices as desired them, nor from the beginning did he require them. For neither are sacrifices accomplished without the slaughter of animals. You see that? Look at that. Ain't no trip off this. In order for that steak to be on your plate, you understand? In order for that steak to be on your plate, you dig, it had to have been murdered. Oh, wait. Yeah, you look at if Gamer, what's the name? Gamer Visions. Yeah, go to Leviticus. If you go to Leviticus 17, you'll get it out. Leviticus 17, what you're gonna read is 1 through 7. All right. Now, if your flesh is not prepared and is not prepared and slaughtered like that, then it's called sacrifice to devils. With an S, devils. And when you get into the Hebrew word of that, it goes into a goat idol, you know what I mean? All type of, but the point being, if the dead flesh you eating is not sacrificed and prepared like the Torah calls it for to be prepared, then it's considered offered to devils. It's considered unclean. It's considered an abomination. We stand in jeopardy of being cut off. See what I'm saying? That's Leviticus 17, 1-7. And then jump down to verse 13 to include the fish. To talk about whatever is hunted or caught. Certain things have to happen with the blood of the animal. Certain things have to happen with the fat off the organs. You dig? Certain things have to be in place and position for you to lawfully eat on the lamb, the goat, the ox, or whatever that is. If that's not in place, then you're not to eat it. That's if you're going by the laws of the flesh. And we see in 2 Maccabees 5, verse 26 down to the end of the chapter that the priestly family, Mattathias and his sons, the Maccabees, they had flocks with them in the wilderness. That's 1 Maccabees 2:30. According to 2 Maccabees 5:27, the whole time they was at war with the Greeks to reclaim Jerusalem, they fought that war on plants because they didn't want to be defiled, according to the text. The text say that they might not partake of the defilement or the pollution. What defilement and pollution? Bro, the temple under attack. The altar is profane. How is you chewing on any type of flesh? And these are a family of priests. If anybody knew it, who had flocks with them in the wilderness, if anybody knew how to sacrifice an animal, it would be them. And they still didn't do it. It was plant-based, huh? After 2 Maccabees 5:26 on down. They did not kill. If Leviticus 17 and Leviticus chapter 7, if that's not provided, then you're not to eat it. All right? If it's not provided, you're not to eat it. Simple as that. And that's the biblical example of that. All right? Let me give y'all that again. That's Leviticus. Like we don't go in the Bible no more. It's like, man, stop playing. All right. Yep, Leviticus 17, 1-7 up. Then you want to jump down to verse 13. Then you want to jump back. You want to double back to Leviticus, the 7th chapter. And you want to deal with verses 11-18, the law of the peace offering and the law of the trespass offering. You know what I mean? And you'll see the stipulation. So if it ain't slaughtered like that, then it's considered unclean and offered to devils. Devils with an S. All right. So some say Molech, some say, Chion and all that. But the text in Leviticus 17:7 say devils. That's what it say out. And blessings to your family. I can hear from you in a minute. All praises. And trip off this, y'all. And trip off this game of visions. Trip off this. There ain't nobody in the earth that slaughter animals like the Torah say. Nobody. I don't even care if you got your own form. You still ain't doing how the Torah say. Because it's impossible to provide every stipulation for it to be a clean kill. If you want to go with that. I don't go by the laws of the flesh. But if you're going by the laws of the flesh, there are laws on how to kill an animal in order for you to eat it. And if you ain't do that, then what you're eating on is considered offered to idols and devils. You dig? And that's if you choose to go by the laws of the flesh. I mean, you got to go by them laws. Huh? Now look at this. He then who at the first was displeased with the slaughtering of animals, not wishing them to be slain, did not ordain sacrifices as desiring them, nor from the beginning did he require them. For neither are sacrifices accomplished without the slaughter of animals, nor can the first fruits be presented. But how is it possible for him to abide in darkness and smoke and storm? For this also is written, who created a pure sky and created the sun to give light to all and assigned the invariable order of their revolutions to innumerable stars. Thus, Simon, the handwriting of the Most High, the skies, shows the counsels of him who made it to be pure and stable. Wait. So the text is being questioned. Right? Anything that's against the nature of the Most High is being brought into question. And y'all, this is a 2,000-year-old battle. For anybody mad, like it ain't like we made this up. This stuff already there. And obviously, what's written down that we have today was around in their time. Because he was questioning that deal. You know what I mean? I want to get down to the foreknowledge of Moses. All right. Oof, man, there's some daggers coming. All right. And then we're going to get into some of the Bible. And we're going to show it. All right. We're going to get into some of the Bible and we're going to show it. All praise to the Most High. Yeah. All praise to the Most High. All right, bang, bang, bang. All right, bang. Hold on 1 second. Okay, cool. All right, contempt against Elohim or the Most High. Let me say that. Contempt against the Most High, the Creator. Because we already established that Peter's dealing with the Creator. All right. Despite what the translators write down. Thus the sayings accusatory of the Most High who made the sky are both rendered void by the opposite sayings which are alongside of them. You see this? Peter was under no illusion that the Bible wasn't contradictory. He understood there are things written that are opposite of other things in the Bible. Come on, man. If you ain't willing to admit that, then we can never build and go further in truth. Because we don't worship no book. We worship the Most High. We follow the teachings of Messiah. And what you realize has been with you the whole time, bro. It's common sense, really. Most of it's common sense. It's the voice of the Most High that's been dealing with you since before you can remember. That first voice. Huh? It's the voice of the Most High. He speaks through your soul. Absolutely. All right? Now watch this. So he's saying, thus the sayings that accuse the Most High. Thus the sayings accusatory of the Most High who made the sky both rendered void by the opposite sayings which are alongside of them and are refuted by the creation. Y'all see that? See, the Most High don't go against his creation. You want to learn about the Most High, go check in. And when you check in at y'all, it ain't a physical building. We hear, the Most High dwelleth not in temples or buildings made with men's hands. Y'all, before there were churches, there were temples. Yeah, there were temples. There was a temple in Jerusalem too. See, even that aspect of it. Nah, you the temple. You the temple, right? You the temple of the Most High. Not the physical building. That was a point of contention back then too. Look at this. Now look at this. It says, thus the sayings accusatory of the Creator who made the sky both rendered void by the opposite sayings which are alongside of them and are refuted by the creation. It was not a prophetic hand that wrote them. Look at this. Look at this. Peter the disciple, Kepha, is saying the things accusing the Most High that don't line up with his creation, that don't line up with his character, was not written by a prophetic hand. He came out boldly and said that 2,000 years ago because he was taught this by the Messiah. The prophetic hand didn't write that. You see, his brother got a strong conviction, man. Like he's very well versed. He's very well versed and skilled in the teachings of his master. Very well skilled. And y'all, again, he ain't got no books. He off the top of the dome. He fresh off meditation and washing up in the morning, going right into battle. High frequency. High frequency. Now look at this. It was not a prophetic hand that wrote them. So also they appear opposite to the hand of the Creator who made all things. Then said Simon, how can you show this? How can you show this? Huh? You got to deal with that. See, the Nazarene literature is just confirming what it was. That's it. But even if it ain't heard, you still got to deal with the accusatory sayings or the things spoken against the Most High that's in the Bible. You still got to deal with that. Like, those questions don't go away if we stop reading out the Nazarene literature. If my SHALOM stop dealing with the Owaspi. Those questions don't go away. They still there. And what I'm saying is Peter dealt with it. He ain't trying to make it mix like everybody trying to do, trying to find 1,000 precepts. He's like, man, look, whatever's written against the creation, whatever is written as accusatory of the Most High is false, and I'm standing on it. It wasn't written by a prophetic hand. See, you can't do that if you can't be real with yourself and be like, look, that don't match up. That don't say the same thing. Then that means you indoctrinated. And when indoctrination override common sense, y'all, we in bad shape. We in bad shape. You ain't even going off the voice of the Most High no more. You ain't going off common sense, aka street knowledge. You ain't going off none of that no more. When indoctrination overrides common sense or the voice of the Creator, we are in bad shape, man. Now look at this right here, Homilies 3, chapter 47, Gaga, the foreknowledge of Moshe. The foreknowledge of Moshe. Y'all get some understanding up in the chat. Give me a 4 for the tribe. Bless up, 4 for the tribe. Let's get it. Let's get it. They questioning Peter is in battle with Simon Magus, a man who believed in bringing you the worship of the many gods and their kingdoms. Peter is dealing with the Creator. And the Creator's Torah is taught by the Messiah. That's the Creator's Torah. It's not the written Torah that you had today. Yes, there are similar things in them. You understand? But there are times in the Creator's Torah, the teachings of the Messiah, where he comes with a different judgment. He overrides certain things. He gives a different breakdown than what's received and written down as the truth in his day. And that's why the scribes was at him, because the scribes are the ones who are in charge with writing down. That's why they was at him. Because the Son of the Most High teaches opposite of what they received as the truth. Now, you already had the truth, right? You already had the law, statutes, and commandments. You already had the truth, right? Well, if you already had truth, why does the Messiah have to come and say, I am the truth? Huh? Well, that means you never had it then. If truth comes with him, you didn't have it. What you thought you had, you didn't have. 40 long years in the wilderness. When did you have it? 40 years in the wilderness, the Most High was grieved with us the whole time. When did you get it? Now look at this. Then said Kepha, or Peter, the Torah of the Creator was given by Moses without writing. Without writing. Bag drop. Keep trying to tell the brothers and sisters it's two different Torahs. I told the brother in the beginning, I'm so messianic, I believe the teachings of the Messiah override the Torah portions you do every week. They're more superior. Said it and I'm standing on it. What we just find out? The Torah of the Creator was given to Moses without writing. That means it's oral. It's oral. And it's spoken in the minds of those who can receive it. Yeah. So you got those that follow the Leviticus and the Levitical way of thinking. And then you got those who was rolling with the oral, the higher law, the Torah of the Creator. It's not written. Look at this. Nigga Keeler, what you say, Kid? Exactly. There was already conflict right in front of our face, and we couldn't even see it no matter how many precepts we had. Absolutely. Ema say, uh-oh. Look at this. The Torah of the Creator was given by Moses without writing. Without writing. To 70 wise men. To be handed down so that the government might be carried on by succession. So the Creator's Torah was given to Moses, not in written form. And then that light, the light of the Creator, was given to 70 men, and then they transmitted it on down. But what Moses got with the Torah of the Creator was not written. Look at this. The Torah Elohim was given by Moses without writing to 70 wise men to be handed down so that the government might be carried on by succession. But after that, Moses was taken up. It was written by someone but not by Moses. Because many of our people still believe that Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy were all written by Moses. Nah, that ain't the case. See, that's what I'm saying. You got to get into the history. You got to get into the history. You see? Nah, Moses didn't write. What the Torah, the Creator, was not written. It's taught. You did. It's a spiritual lineage. Transmission is passed down from master to student. It was never supposed to be what you see today, the Roman Catholic Church and the many branch offs. Now look at this. Yeah, I got that, the YAH'KI. I got that. Powerful. All right, now look at this. So, but after that, Moses was taken up, or after Moses' death, the Torah that you have today, was written by someone, but not by Moses. For in the Torah itself, it is written, and Moses died, and they buried him near the house of Fogor. And to this day, no one knows where he was buried. But how could Moses write that Moses died? Excellent question. Moses wrote about his own death, huh? No, y'all, these things are written after, Moses dead and all that. But look, if you ain't did the research to understand that Moses did not write Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, just do the research. Do the research on it. Even if you went to 2nd Ezra, the 14th chapter, that's the proof right there that we don't got what Moses wrote. Because even Ezra says, 2nd Ezra 14 and 21, that the Torah is burnt. No man knows your way. You see that? So that right there is the biblical proof that don't nobody got what Moses wrote. Is you crazy? At the best you got is Ezra's Bible, but I would say you ain't got that either. Because that was supposed to be 204 books of Torah. Where that's at? High 70 books. So that means 134 books of Torah. Where they at? Your Torah got 5 books. About that 134 books. You see? Come on, man. No, Moses didn't write the Torah that you had. There are things attributed to him, absolutely. All right, now watch this. But you got to ask yourself, how could Moses write about his own death if he wrote the Torah? That's one simple question. Moses couldn't have wrote about his own death, y'all. Think about it. Use critical thinking. There's nothing wrong with that. We're not robots. We're not robots. Critically think, examine, question. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't you tell your children go to school and ask as many questions as you need to? Yeah, because you need to get understanding. Right? Yep. The YAH'KI. Yep, I know the history, y'all. Absolutely. Now watch this as we keep reading. I'm glad you just posted it out. That was what Hilkiah found in the treasury, who Shaphan had to read. Now watch this. Watch this. So how could Moses write that he died? That's an excellent question. Right? That's a curve you ain't gonna be able to get around. And whereas in the time after Moses, about 500 years or thereabouts, it is found lying in the temple, which was built. There you go. You just said it. What Moses wrote was written in Egyptian Arabic. That's what Hilkiah found in the treasury, who Shaphan had to read. Here we go right here. It says, in about 500 years or thereabout, it is found, meaning what Moses wrote, the Torah, right? What he wrote is found lying in the temple, which was built. And after about 500 years more, trip off this, it is carried away and being burnt in the time of Nebuchadnezzar, it is destroyed. Hold on. If you think that's a lie, write down 2nd Ezra 14:21. Ezra say that the Torah is burnt. Ezra is in Babylon saying this. The king of Babylon is who? Nebuchadnezzar. Bagging down with the scriptures. You bagging down with the very scriptures that you read. This is the history on the Torah. This is the compiling of it real quick. All right. It was found lying in the temple. The YAH'KI put that up there where Shaphan had to read, right? Trip off that. 500 years after Moses found lying in the temple, which was built. And after 500 years after that, so 1,000 years later, after Moses, what Moses wrote was carried away and being burnt in the time of Nebuchadnezzar, it is destroyed. And thus being written after Moses and often lost, even this shows the foreknowledge of Moses, because he, foreseeing his disappearance, did not write it. But those who wrote it, being convicted of ignorance through their not foreseeing its disappearance, were not prophets. Wow. Peter saying those who wrote or ascribed whatever they ascribed to Moses, they weren't prophets. All right. Natasha Archie in the building. Bless up, my beloved sister. Right on for the prayers and support, sister. Bless up. All right, so this right here, y'all, is the Nazarene literature that's going over how the Torah you had today is not even the Torah that Moses wrote. There are things attributed to Moses, but it's not written by Moses. And this is the history on it. 500 years after Moses is found lying in the treasury. 500 years after that is carried away by Nebuchadnezzar into Babylon and burnt and destroyed. How do we prove that? You got to grab your apocrypha, read 2nd Ezra 14, verse 21 on down. He says your law or your Torah is burnt. How are we going to get it back? You dig? And then he goes through spiritual communion. Scribes start writing everything that comes off his mouth. And they produce 204 books of Torah, in which he was told hide 70. So that's 134 books he's supposed to publish openly of Torah. Ezra, you ain't even got that. You got 5 books of Torah. Even if you bring in the whole Tanakh, what's that, 24 books? There's supposed to be 204 books total of the Torah that Ezra produced coming out of Babylon according to the Apocrypha. But you ain't even got that. So now pay attention, because this shows why Messiah had a problem with the scribes, why the scribes had a problem with Messiah. Because he knew the history on how the text was compiled. He knew it wasn't FedEx from the throne of God in heaven. He knew that wasn't what it was. He did. And his teaching showed he knew that, and that's why they was coming at him. Because he was openly confounding that understanding. You understand? No, that's the history on it, y'all. Moses couldn't have wrote it. It's impossible. For one, he couldn't have wrote about his death. For two, what he did write was found lying in the treasury 500 years after his death. And then 1,000 years after his death is carried into Babylon by Nebuchadnezzar and burnt. You see this? And burnt. Then Ezra, got to reproduce the Torah. So they come out with a refurbished Torah out of Babylon. But in Babylon, they learned all the Babylonian literature. That's Daniel 1, verse 1 through 4. They learned the tongue of the Babylonians and their history, the literature. So you got all histories floating in Babylon. They come out of Babylon with a Torah, you understand, that they had produced in Babylon. And I'm saying if it's 2nd Ezra's Torah that he wrote, then you would have 134 books at least of Torah. But you don't. See, Messiah knew the history, and that's why the scribes had a problem with him, because what he was teaching was going against what is written down. Because it wasn't written down by no prophets. That's what Peter is saying. Wasn't written by no prophets. Oh, wait. Y'all understand so far? Give me a Yahoo up in the chat. Clip up, man. All praises to the Most High. All praise to the Creator, Yahweh. Let's work. We working. All right, all praises, glory, and honor. That was powerful, though. Talking about the Torah, the Creator was given by Moses without writing to 70 wise men to be handed down. The difference between the Creator's Torah and the Torah of the scribes. Men try to hang you to that today. All right? Oh, we about to get into this. We about to eat a little taste. That's the literature. All right, that's the literature. That's the history. Nazarene literature is a threat to mainstream Christianity and the Israelite nation. Threat. Because you got to get called into question. That's it. It ain't nothing but a conversation, man. Like, I'm always open to rap. I love to talk about spiritual matters. Let's do it. Yep. Truth, Imam. In the Maccabees under the Greek occupation. First Maccabees 3 and 48. First Maccabees 1, 40 on down. Books of the law were burnt in too. So the Torah had to constantly be reproduced and refurbished and rewritten by scribes. But don't forget about the prophecy about the false pen of the scribe, Jeremiah 8 and 8. And if the scribe pen is false, that means he's inspired by a false God to write things that are contrary to the character of the creator. I pray everybody understand, man. Y'all already know what time it is. Clip up. All right. All right, bang, bang, bang. We all good. I see the Yahoos up in the chat. Bless up. The test of truth. The test of truth. Then said Simon, since, as you say, we must understand the things concerning the creator by comparing them with the creation. See, that's a central Nazarene teaching. You want to know about the creator? Study creation. Study creation. Study you. You part of creation. Study your body. Get into botany and all that. Study creation, period. Everything. Study it. Investigate. Whatever don't sit well with you, don't deal with. Whatever resonate with you, you know what I mean? Hey, I salute you on your journey. Dig abundant blessings, all right? So he say, since you say we must understand the things concerning the creator by comparing them with the creation, how is it possible to recognize the other things in the Torah which are from the tradition of Moses and are true and are mixed up with these falsehoods? Wow, excellent question. Because we get that. We get that. You dig? We get that. Well, how you know it's true and what ain't true? Excellent question. But this also shows that this the spirit of this debate or this conversation and all that show you it's back in the earth. It's back in the earth. He wasn't under no illusion trying to make everything fit. They already knew that the Torah. Look, y'all, that's easy work. I'm not saying that the Torah don't go back to like the 1500 BC coming out. I ain't saying it don't. What I'm saying is you ain't got that. You so far removed from that. And the disciples of the Messiah, the Nazarenes, the Essene brothers and sisters, they understood that. They had a problem. They understood that the written Torah that was held up by the priests was problematic in certain ways and in many cases. And the master teacher taught them how to defend his teachings or how to defend the Torah of the Most High. Bro, where that book at? I can get on Amazon and get it. The Torah of the Most High is the teachings of the Messiah. And I'm going to hit you with some. His teachings just ain't in the Bible. They ain't just in the Bible. Ooh, I know I made somebody spill their coffee. It's all good, though. Clip up. All right. Now look at this. Then Kiefer said a certain verse has been recorded without controversy in the written Torah, according to the providence of the Creator, as to show clearly which of the things written are true and which are false. Then said Simon, which is that? Show it to us. Now, remind y'all they're doing this in front of everybody, right? Now, watch this. We about to hurt some feelings in a second. It's all good, though. It's all good. It's all in love, all right? Now, look at this. Then Kiefer said, I would tell you right away, it is written in the first book of the Torah towards the end. A ruler will not fail from Yehudah, Judah, nor a leader from his thighs, until he comes whose it is. And he is the expectation of the nations. If therefore anyone can apprehend him who came after the failure of ruler and leader from Yehudah, and who was to be expected by the nations, he will be able by this verse to recognize him as truly having come. And believing his teaching, he will know what of the scriptures are true and what are false. He hit him with Genesis 49. then gave you the method, and then gave you the method on how you identify Shiloh in Genesis 49. If therefore anyone can apprehend him who came after the failure of ruler and leader from Yahudah, and who has to be expected by the nations, he will be able by this verse to recognize him as truly having come. Shows you how to identify him. And believe in his teaching, he will know what of the scriptures are true and what are false. That was cold. That was cold. Then said Simon, now watch this, y'all. Then said Simon, I understand you speak of your Yahshua. There it is. You see? You talking about Yeshua. Oh, my bad, y'all. You talking about Yahshua. I understand you speak of your Yahshua as he of whom the prophecy of the scripture spoke. So let it be granted that it is so. Tell us then how he taught you to discriminate or to differentiate the scriptures. Excellent question. I pray y'all taking notes. That's an excellent question. Okay, you talking about Yahshua. Genesis 49 apply to Yahshua. Absolutely. Clip up. Okay. Well, how did he teach you? How did he teach you to discriminate or to differentiate or to tell what's true and what's false in the scriptures? It's messianic. What I'm saying, like these high level, these high vibrational frequency teachings. High level. Because this brother ain't being stupid and jumping in gossip circles. You dig? He admit, yeah, that's written, but that can't be true because that's opposite of the creator's character. Can't be true. And my master, a son of the Most High, taught me this. You see? Now watch this. His teachings concerning the scriptures. Take notes. Y'all need to know this. Because the enemy just said, well, how you know how to tell what's true and what's false? And we be getting asked this, and we always go into it. Let's go into it again. His teaching concerning the scriptures. Then Kepha, he taught, meaning Yahshua, he taught that it is the mixture of truth with falsehood. Was you ready to hang me though? The disciple of the master said that the master taught him that the written Torah is a mixture of truth with falsehood. And that's hard for a lot of people to swallow. I understand. But we just here to present the information, man. You dig? And even if you dub yourself an enemy of mine, I love you anyway. I sincerely pray for you every day. Believe that. You know what I mean? We just present the information, man. And look, we ain't read nothing satanic yet. We ain't read nothing demonic yet. Because we not dealing with the devil. We ain't demonic. We ain't dealing with seances and all that madness. We ain't doing none of that. We ain't doing none of that. Sharing information. Building. All right? Always remember that. We'll see eye to eye when the Most High redeems Zion. That's Isaiah the 52nd chapter. Clip up. That's when we'll see eye to eye. All right? Until then, what it is we believe supposed to be scrutinized and checked. If you don't want to do that, then something in you understands that what? That you ain't no heavyweight in spirit. That's it. You in spirits, you still a little jack. You still a little jack in spirit. You ain't really about all that. Because if you was, it wouldn't even matter. Get it done. Put it on the table. When he say seek and you shall find, correct? Well, that means if you got to seek for the truth, guess what the truth ain't at? Surface level. Truth ain't surface level. Seek and ye shall find, more teachings of our master teacher. But if you got to search for something, then where it ain't at is surface level. You want truth, you got to dig. You want truth, you got to dig. You got to challenge. You got to change. You got to try them thoughts. You can't be afraid of what the enemy got over there, what he talking about he can disprove you. Bring it out. Let us see it. What's the worst that can happen? You find out you was off and you get better? It's the worst thing that can happen? Okay. Now watch it. So Peter's saying that the Messiah taught that the scriptures is a mixture of truth with falsehood. I remember that on one occasion, he finding fault with the Sadducees, the Sadducees, the Zadokites. That's Zadok in them, y'all. Said, so you are in error, not knowing the true things of the scriptures. On this account, you are ignorant of the power of the Creator. It's about this. But if he laid it on them that they knew not the true things of the scriptures, it is obvious that there are false things in them. There it is. There's always a flip side to the coin, y'all. Huh? If he's saying they don't know the true sayings of the scriptures, then y'all, that means there's false things in the scriptures. Huh? It is obvious that there are false things in them. And also, inasmuch as he said, be prudent money changers. It is because there are genuine and spurious words. Spurious means false. So in another writings or another teachings of the Messiah that didn't make it into the Bible, he taught his students to be prudent money changers when dealing with the scriptures. A money changer is a banker. What does this mean? Meaning a banker has to develop the skill to understand real currency from counterfeit currency. You see that? And the Messiah taught his disciples that if you're dealing with the written Torah, you got to be an excellent money changer. You got to be an excellent banker. You got to be able to tell what's real from spurious, what's true from false, what's righteous from wicked. Because what they produce, you know what I mean? And it was a progression over the years. It wasn't something that was done overnight, but the outcome, there were many things written against the Creator. And the Messiah came to clear that up. All right, he came to clear all that up. All right. As you said, I can't discuss this with any Gentiles. They turn to Torah terrorists and cut you off. Absolutely. I understand. I understand. Trust me. Now look at this. So if you understand that the Messiah, according to what we read, the Messiah taught the disciples that if you're dealing with the written Torah, you gotta become a prudent money changer. You gotta become a skilled banker. You gotta be able to tell what's real from counterfeit. And that he told them you err not knowing the scriptures, meaning there are false things in the scriptures if they don't know the true things. Huh? Be prudent money changers. It is because there are genuine and spurious words. Where at? In the written Torah. And so he said, how do you not perceive that which is reasonable in the scriptures? He makes the understanding of him stronger who voluntarily judges soundly. So he telling them, like, look, man, you know, you got to learn to be an excellent money changer in dealing with the scriptures. Because there are genuine and spurious words in there. There are things written against the Most High. Hard for people to understand. All right. Now, when you go to Matthew 22 and he says you err not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of the Creator. All right. It don't say in there word for word, you err not knowing the true things of the scriptures. But let's build on it, right? If he's telling the Zadokites, the Sadducees, they the ones that's the high priesthood. If he's telling them that they err not knowing the scriptures, what you think he telling them? Oh, you don't know the order from Genesis to Deuteronomy? When Messiah told him in Matthew 22, verse 29 on down, that you err not knowing the scriptures, what was he saying to them? That they didn't read Torah portions? That they didn't know the order of the Tanakh? That they didn't know the histories? When he say you err not knowing the scriptures, y'all, what he's telling the Zadokites or the priests at the time is that you err not knowing the true things in the scriptures. That's what that means. Other than that, you got to say they didn't know what the scriptures was. And they priests, they Zadokites, they Sadducees, Sadducees. They got the high priesthood. Not the Pharisees. The Sadducees had the high priesthood. So for him to tell them you err not knowing the scripture, you see that? Nor the power of the Creator. Y'all, he ain't saying that they don't know the order of the scripture from Genesis to Deuteronomy. He ain't saying that they don't know the history. He ain't saying they don't know the Hebrew. He ain't saying they don't know none of that. What he's saying is, y'all don't know the true sayings of the Creator. That's what he's saying to them. Nor the power of the Creator. And if he's implying y'all don't know the true things of the scriptures, then guess what? There are false things in it. That's how Peter broke that down. You see? Straight up. And also, I like how he quote, there are other teachings of the Messiah. The teachings of the Messiah just ain't in the Bible. How do we know? Look at this. Where is this in the Bible? And also, he said, be prudent money. Dang. And also, he said, my bad, y'all. Right here. All right. And also, he said, be prudent money changers. Where he say that at? You see? Because in the Bible, it's not the only teachings of the Messiah. Remember, a money changer is a banker. A banker has to develop the skill to understand what's real currency from counterfeit currency, as well as a disciple of the Messiah. You have to develop a sense or a spiritual insight to understand what's genuine and what's spurious. All right. And so he said, how do you not perceive which is reasonably in scriptures? He makes the understanding of him stronger who voluntarily judges soundly. Now, let's get into this right here. All right. Let's get into this right here, right? Because trip off this, y'all. Trip off this. His teachings concerning Torah. We already been telling you there's a Torah of the Creator and there's a Torah of the Scribes. The Torah of the Scribes is the written Torah. The Torah of the Creator is the Messiah's teachings that should be on your heart and your mind. You should be operating under the Spirit. All right? You under the Spirit. You ain't up under the written Torah anymore. You up under the Spirit. You up under the Torah, the teachings of the Messiah. You up under the Torah of the Creator. That's what you up under. That's what he's holding us to. All right? All right? And trip off this, y'all. It's all about the righteous work you do for others. You dig? Loving the Most High with all your heart, mind, strength, and spirit. And love your neighbors yourself. That's what it is. Now watch this. His teaching concerning Torah, his word to the scribes and Morim. Morim are teachers, right? His word to the scribes, the ones that wrote the written Torah, and Morim, the teachers of it, of the existing scriptures, as of those who knew the true things of the Torah that then was, is well known. And also that he said, I am not come to destroy the Torah. Y'all listen. And yet that he appeared to be destroying it is the part of one intimating that the things that he destroyed did not belong to the Torah. We talked to a beloved brother of mine the other day. You know, that scripture always come up. Matthew 5:17 through 19. Absolutely. Absolutely. But see, what brothers don't understand is he's talking a higher Torah. He's talking the Torah of the Creator. He ain't talking about the written Torah of the scribes. Brothers that don't want to see it until we get deep down to Matthew 5 and he quotes the written Torah and then he says, but I say this. Right? You heard him say, don't forswear yourself and, you know, don't forget to pay your oaths, but I say don't swear at all. And then he get done with that and say anything. He said, let your yea be your yea and your nay be your nay. Anything other than yes and no is of the evil. Wow. But we thinking that's a law of the Most High. I mean, you got, if you want to make a vow, you got free will to make a vow if you want to. You got permission to do a vow in Leviticus 5. But the Messiah say, but I say to you, don't swear at all. Neither by heaven, neither by the hairs of your head, none of that. Yes and no is good enough. Anything more than that comes from the evil or comes of evil. But you got permission to do a vow back in Leviticus, the 5th chapter. Messiah said, look, anything outside of yes and no is evil. Comes of evil. Good night. Good night. Nah, don't be out here making no vows or none of that. Good night. Your yes and no should be good enough. So whatever got destroyed, whatever you are not doing today, it wasn't part of the Torah he was talking about anyway. He ain't talking about the written Torah. That's what Israel ain't figured out yet. Y'all talking about the written Torah, the Torah portions. You ain't held to that. You held to the teachings of the Messiah. That's the Most High's Torah. Torah means instruction. But that's higher law. That's, you know what I mean? That's loving. Look, that's higher law. That's higher code and conduct. You dig? That's what that is. So whatever has passed away didn't belong anyway, Act. So let's name some stuff that passed away. You ain't sacrificing. What that mean? Sacrificing wasn't part of the Most High's Torah anyway, or the original Torah that was given to Moses without writing. Nah. Sacrifice passed away. Either Messiah lying, heaven and earth, not one jot or one tittle shall pass from the law till all be fulfilled. Either Mashiach is lying, or guess what? The stuff that passed away wasn't a part of the Torah anyway. That's what Israel don't want to deal with. Everything written in your Torah ain't inspired by the Creator. It ain't. And Messiah was talking that. He was talking that talk. Whatever got destroyed don't belong anyway. It wasn't part of my father's Torah. You dealing with the Torah of the Scribes. You dealing with darkness. See that? So when you read, not one jot or one tittle shall pass from the Torah or the law till all be fulfilled. Y'all, he talking about the Creator's Torah. He ain't talking about you having on zeets. He ain't talking about if your son got circumcised the 8th day. Some of us had sons and had to get them circumcised on day 2. Huh? He ain't talking about because you kept the feast day on the wrong day and you keep the moon this day and you keep the moon that day. Look, this thing is way deeper than that. You see? It's way deeper than that. You're supposed to love your neighbor or the next man, woman, and child. You're supposed to love creation as if they're you. And you love the Creator. Remember your Creator. You love the Most High, Yahweh. And then you follow the teachings of Messiah. He taught his Torah. Deuteronomy 18 say, I'm going to put my words in his mouth. And he going to speak all I command him. They don't say he going to be flipping through Torah portions and precept. Man, stop it, Doc. Stop it. That's not what that is. All right, now watch this. So whatever passed away didn't belong anyway. That's the point. So yeah, we believe Matthew 5:17, not one jot or one tittle shall pass from the law till all be fulfilled, unless your righteousness exceed the righteousness of the scribes. But the scribes are the one responsible for producing the written Torah that you have. Your righteousness got to go past those that wrote the Torah. Wow. Now look at this. So if it got destroyed, it didn't belong anyway. And it's a gang of stuff. Go back through the written Torah. It's a gang of stuff that don't even apply today, that you ain't even doing. It's a gang of stuff. So whatever is outside the Messiah's teachings, it didn't belong to the eternal Torah or the eternal instructions of the Creator in the first place. All right. Peter's words, not mine. You know what I mean? Peter's words, as taught to him by the Messiah, not mine. It's all good, man. It's all love. Dig? What page we on? 294. We almost done. Now look at this. Here it is too. And it's saying that heaven and the earth will pass away, but not one least letter or punctuation will pass from the Torah. This is what that meant. Intimated that the things which passed away before the heaven and the earth do not belong to the Torah in the first place. Ooh, wait, y'all see that? If it passed away while the heavens and the earth is still standing, it didn't belong in the first place. That's gonna make men spill their coffee. They mad at your brother MALAKIMAC, boy. Hey, look, these arguments was going on 2,000 years ago. We just present the information. That's it. We just present the information, man. You dig? At this point, don't nobody even want to debate it. I spent the past 2 days calling the bro out in the chat. He ain't want it. I'm like, bro, how's you still talking and you ain't even trying to catch no type of fade, nothing, live. Let's do it. I ain't catch. It's crazy, man. So these things were already going on, y'all. All right. Yes, the written Torah is problematic. The Torah, the Creator, is the teachings of the Messiah. I'm standing on it. His teachings are superior to the Torah portions these men are doing right now. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, there are contradictions and conflicts. You got to know the character of the Most High to properly identify what's his worship and what's not, what belongs to him and what belongs to the false deities and gods, because they all throughout the scriptures. Right? If it passed away before the heaven and the earth do so, it don't belong in the Torah in the first place. That's cold. Nakam my Barak, my beloved elder, bless up. It don't belong in the first place. Dang. Wow. Dang, y'all want to keep going? Keep going. Okay. Let's get this one out. Other sayings of Messiah. Since then, while the heaven and the earth still stand, sacrifices have passed away, and kingdoms, and prophecies among those who are born of women, and such like as not being ordinances of the Most High. Hence, therefore, he says, every plant which the Heavenly Father is not planted will be rooted up. You see that? You see that? He's straight saying if my father didn't plant it, it got to come up. It don't have no foundation. So that scripture or that response that he said don't just apply to somebody being offended. If it's true about this, y'all, if it was truly inspired by the Creator, it will come to pass. It would never be uprooted if it's inspired by the Creator. See that? Now look at this. So he, being the true prophet, said, I am the gate of life. He who enters by me enters into life, there being no other teaching able to save. Furthermore, also he cried and said, come unto me, all who labor, that is, who are seeking the truth and not finding it. And again, my sheep hear my voice, and elsewhere seek and find, since the truth does not lie on the surface. You see that? See these jewels being dropped? If Messiah told you to seek and find, then at some point you got to arrive at a platform in your mental Rolodex that the truth ain't on the surface. You got to search for truth. You got to dig for truth. The truth is constantly being what do they call it? Not refurbished, but refined. It's constantly being refined because there's many. It's one truth, but there's many levels to it. So how you perceive it will constantly be refined, man. Constantly. How you perceive truth, you will constantly have to refine it. You know what I mean? Because you're growing. All right? You're growing. Oh, wait, now watch this. Homilies 3, chapter 53. Other sayings of Mashiach. But also a witnessing voice was heard from heaven saying, this is my beloved son, in whom I am well pleased, hear him. And in addition to this, willing to convict more fully of error the prophets, wow, from whom they asserted that they had learned. He proclaimed that they died desiring the truth, but not having learned it. Saying, many prophets and kings desire to see what you see and to hear what you hear. And verily I say unto you, they neither saw nor heard. That's Matthew the 13th chapter. He told his disciples, many prophets and kings, many prophets and wise men came before you. And they ain't received this. They ain't received this. You see? So there you go. Tell us, man, the law, statutes, and commandments is the truth. Messiah said, I'm the truth. Many wise men and prophets came before you and didn't get this. Huh? And in addition to this, willing to convict more fully of error the prophets from whom they asserted that they had learned. He proclaimed that they died desiring the truth, but not having learned it. Saying, many prophets and kings desire to see what you see and to hear what you hear. And verily I say to you, they neither saw nor heard. Still further, he said, I am he concerning whom Moses prophesied, saying, a prophet will the Most High Yahweh raise unto you of your brothers, like unto me. Him hearing all things, whoever will not hear that prophet will die. Wow. Wow. Yep, that's Deuteronomy 18, 15 through 20. Double back, Acts the 3rd chapter, 17 through 26, bag drop. There it is. Talking about Mashiach. Well, you hear him, you don't hear what he's saying, then you're going to die. See, so when he say, but I say, it's written this, but I say this. We got right here where it say, if you don't hear what he's saying, you're going to die. He come giving a different judgment, different breakdowns and all that. And with his movement threatened the establishment because they're challenging the written text that they got. You see? You all good. You believe in Messiah, right? You follow Messiah. He got a Torah. His Torah is the Creator's Torah. My brothers is stuck. Book. You got to be in a book. Look, I'm going to hit you with something. You are the book. You are the book. Put so much emphasis in the book. You are the book. I thought the new covenant is about the Most High writing what he commands of you on your heart and in your mind. Well, if his words are in you, that make you the book, Jack. What you mean? The problem is our people worship a book. Nah, you ain't come here strapped with no books. You came with the voice of the Most High. You came with common sense, which keeps you in line with him. What you read in the book should only confirm what you already been feeling. It only confirmed. I knew that was right. Okay. That should only confirm what you already been feeling. That's it. Like you already knew right from wrong before you even picked the Bible up. A few things you had to get tight, but you already knew. Wait, all praises. I see y'all in the building. Bless up. All right. Other saints. From that, we know that it is impossible without his teaching to attain the saving truth. The one seeketh forever, where the thing that is sought is not, but it was and is in the word of our Yahshua. Watch this. Accordingly, he knowing the true things of the Torah, said to the Sadducees, asking on what account Moses permitted to marry 7. Moses gave you commandments according to your hard-heartedness. For from the beginning it was not so. For he who created man at first made him male and female. Dang. Yeah, that's going to make some of the poly brews, you know what I mean, angry a little taste. But hey, you know, we read things that challenge our perspective, and either you rock with it or you don't. That's it. That's it. But but make no mistake about it, they questioning the text. They questioning the text out. You know what I mean? And trip off this. What you learn is the Messiah's responses apply to more than just one situation. His responses, when you go back through and you read his responses and all that, like those responses don't just apply to that situation. Right? What I mean by that, for from the beginning, it was not so. He ain't used that when it was talking about when the Sadducees was telling him about the 7 and the resurrection and whose wife, you know what I mean, or whose, you know what I mean, or whose wife shall she be, 7 men higher. You see what I'm saying? He didn't use that in the Gospels that we have from the beginning. It was not so. But the wisdom you get from the Nazarene Acts is the responses from the Messiah in the Bible or in the New Testament. Those responses can be applied to multiple situations. You know what I mean? Now look at that. Now I know, you know, look, I ain't got no problem with the poly. I ain't got no problem with it. I understand it. Hey, you know what I mean? But be real with yourself. Be real with yourself. That's all you can say. And then build with brothers and sisters with that. Just be real with yourself. You think that's something that's a good look for you? You know what I mean? Hey, but if you know it ain't a good look and you still trying to do that, then it may be something bad for you. You know what I mean? So I mean, that all comes down to the situation. That's just my spiel on it. All right, now watch this. Now watch this. But he did come at right here. He did come at the Sadducees asking about, well, whose wife is she gonna be in the resurrection? Because they didn't believe in the resurrection. Whose wife is she gonna be in the resurrection? 7 men high. You know what I mean? So the response that Peter gives to that is one where he say, but from the beginning it wasn't so. All right. For he who created man at first made him male and female. Teachings of MINISTRIES. Homilies 3, chapter 55. Look at this. But to those who think, as the scriptures teach, that the Most High swears, he said, let your yes be yes and no, no. For what is more than these is of the evil one. There it is. And the scriptures say is of the evil. It don't say one, right? But that right there shows that the swearing, the oaths and all that. Messiah taught against that Leviticus 5. You over there making oaths because the written Torah give you permission to go make you a vow. Do a vow, do an oath. Vow it on up. All right? He say, I'm telling you, don't vow at all. I say don't do that. I know you think you got permission to do that, but I say don't do it. Let your yes be yes and your no, no. If it's outside of that, guess what, y'all? According to this, it says that comes from the evil one. Who is the evil one? Wow. Wow. Now that's in Leviticus. Y'all do know that, right? That's Leviticus, the 5th chapter. Numbers, the 30th chapter. Vows and all that. Messiah say, no, don't even do that. Don't even do that. If you vow and that temptation to do a vow and all that, that comes from the evil one. Who we all know who the evil one is, right? Wow. But you think he harmonized. That's not a harm. How you going to make that harmonize? How you going to make permission to do a vow in Leviticus 5 harmonize with him saying, let your yea be your yea and your nay be your nay. Anything more than that is of the evil one. How you harmonize that? He telling you don't swear at all. Don't be out here doing no vows because that's of the evil one. You know, the evil one is Slick Willie himself. Wow. The evil one are the false gods. Inspiring men to bind themselves in oaths and vows. Look at that. And to those who say that Abraham and Isaac and Jacob are dead, he said the Creator is not of the dead, but of the living. And to those who suppose that the Creator tempts, as the scriptures say, he said the tempter is the evil one. Okay, so the evil one is the tempter. The tempter is the devil, aka the false gods, however you want to play it. It's a gang of devils. You see? So you can't be acting like the Most High tempted or see, so the text is being questioned about the Most High tempting Abraham to kill Isaac. He said the tempter is the evil one. And to those who suppose that the Creator tempts, like he would tempt you to kill your children, that's not the Most High, y'all. That's the false gods. That's the enemy. You see that? And to those who suppose that the Creator tempts, as the scriptures say, he said, the tempter is the evil one. So how can the Most High be doing the exact same thing the devil is doing, according to the biblical narrative? The tempter is the evil one, who also tempted himself. To those who suppose that the Creator does not foreknow, he said, for your heavenly Father knows that you need all these things before you even ask him. And to those who believe that the scriptures say that he does not see all things, he said, pray in secret. And your Father who sees in secret things will reward you. And the scriptures say will reward you openly. You see that? Oh, wait. We almost done. We almost done with the Nazarene Acts. All right. A lot of things to take in and think about. More teachings of Mashiach. And to those who think that he is not good, as the scriptures say, he said, from which of you will ask, or will his son ask bread, he will give him a stone, or ask a fish, and you will give him a serpent. If ye then, being evil, know to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your heavenly Father give good things to those who ask him, and to those who do his will? But to those who affirm that he was in the temple, see, that was another point of contention, the argument. The temple, the building, the temple tax. Huh? But for those, what did it say right here? But to those who affirm that he was in the temple, he said, swear not by heaven, for it is the Creator's throne, nor by the earth, for it is the footstool of his feet. And to those who suppose that the Most High is pleased with sacrifices, he said the Most High wishes mercy and not sacrifices, the knowledge of himself and not burnt offerings or holocausts. You see that? These are the teachings of Messiah. These are the Torah. This is the Torah of the Creator. The teachings of Mashiach, Messiah. You see, everybody didn't look at it the same way, man. Everybody didn't look at it the same way. All right, now watch this. But to those who are persuaded that he is evil, as the scriptures say, he said, do not call me good for only is good, or only one is good. You see that? So he was like, well, how you going to call the creator evil when our master said that the only one that is good is the creator, the Most High? And again, be good and merciful as your Father in heaven is. How you call him the creator or the Most High Yahweh evil, and the Messiah is teaching that he's good and merciful, and that the only one good is him. And here you go telling us, nah, the Lord killed that nigga. Huh? Man, they was in there shopping on the Sabbath in Buffalo. The Lord sent this death angel in there and killed them niggas. That don't even sound right, bro. You did. But see, the behavior is indicative of the false gods. It's the behaviors. Look at the behavior. You'll see it. And look at this. Right here. And again, be good and merciful as your Father in the heavens is, who makes the sun rise on good and evil men. Absolutely. You see the character of the creator? You called to be merciful, because he showed mercy every day and brings rain upon the just and unjust. So you ain't called to be vindictive and vengeful, but to those who were misled to imagine many gods, many Elohim, as the scriptures say, hear, O Israel, Yahweh is one. Y'all see that? Now look at this. Look at who had to run. Simon had to get up out of there. See, Peter put him to flight. He had to get out of there. You feel me? So right here in this demonstration of spiritual superiority, Kepha, Simon Peter the disciple, should I say, or Kepha, his Hebrew name, he proved to be spiritually superior than Simon Magus. You see that? Because look who got to run. Too much. Look, that Torah of the creator, the teachings of the Messiah, too much for a naysayer. And the naysayer thought he had him because the naysayer understood that the written Torah is contradicted and has conflicts. And there are defects ascribed to the creator in them. But Kepha, the disciple, Peter the disciple, was under no illusion that it was tamperings and mixtures and all that going on. He just simply stuck to the teachings of the Messiah, which is the Torah of the creator, and confounded this cat. And look who got to run. He got to run, and guess who go hawk him down? Peter go hawk him down. Resolution to follow. You see, we do it the old school way, right in front of everybody. You dig? So I wanted to show that real quick, y'all. I really wanted to show that. You dig? It's not just us. This thing go back 2,000 years. The text was being called into question 2,000 years ago. You see that? That was 2,000 years ago. The text was being called into question, right? But how are we to think of the Most High? Think about that. How do you think about the creator? Matter of fact, we may end with that. Let me end with that real quick. You dig? We came out the Nazarene Acts today, y'all. It's the Nazarene literature. And a lot of this literature, man, agrees with the Waspy, the brother Selah Shalom, been bringing out. A lot of it agree. The little I've read, a lot of it agree with the Nazarene literature, Nazarene Essene literature. This just go back. This is like 1,900 years old, though, y'all. 2,000 years old. Essene Gospel of Peace. All this is Nazarene Essene literature. All right. And as you see, we just was doing a commentary on the Torah. We were just doing a commentary on the Torah. You did? Where NehemiYAH? NehemiYAH, you still in the chat, big homie? Bless up. As a matter of fact, let me if anybody want to come in the chat or something, just chop it up real quick. Let me know. Let me invite Blank real quick. Anybody want to come in? Come on in, chop it up. Let us see your face. All right, all good. All right. So yeah, we just came out the Nazarene Acts, also called the Clementine Homilies. All right, first century documentation of the way, the Essene Nazarene way. You dig? And these brothers was, guardians of creation. Guardians of creation. They had a certain, even a dietary law amongst them. No flesh, no flesh and blood, ever. You understand? They understand the difference between the Torah or the teachings of their master versus the teachings of the, you feel me, the written Torah, the Torah of the scribes. Right? They was going at it and going against it. All right. All praise to the Most High. All praise, glory, and honor. Did anybody want to come on in? Come on in, though. Click on the link. I see you in the back chat. We can get it done. All right. Until then, I want to read y'all something else out of here, and then we can get up out of here. All right. We're gonna go to the right notions of the Most High is essential for holiness. Right beliefs. All right. Put that boy to flight. You dig? And then when you trip off the what it says in Matthew, not one jot or one tittle shall pass from the law to all be fulfilled, right? Where Peter explains that whatever passed away wasn't part of the Torah anyway. Woof. Woof. Because every brother know that we ain't doing sacrifices and a gang of stuff in the written Torah. So whatever ain't getting done wasn't part of the original Torah anyway. Huh? Torah of the Most High, Torah of the Creator, as taught by Mashiach. You understand? And I believe his teachings are superior than the written Torah that you got, that the Torah portion that people are doing right now. I believe that his teachings are superior. All right? And they shake up the status quo. You dig? Right, essentials. Let me find this real quick for y'all. I mean, they going into the eating of the forbidden fruit denial. They questioning all of it, bro. Look at it. Look at that right there. Peter denied all that forbidden fruit that was eaten and all that. You got to re-examine them stories. A lot of them stories had already been around. It's just, you know, in the Bible got its own spin to it. But you got to re-examine a lot of that, man. Look at that. He's like, man, we don't believe no talking snake. You know what I mean? Did all that? Is you crazy? I'm like, dang, this is wild, man. Let me find a page real quick, and then we can get up out of here, y'all. All right. We can get up out of here. I thought I had it right here. But he tell you how you're supposed to think about the Most High, how the Creator is to be thought of. Page 274, if you got the book. Page 274. All right, how the Creator is to be thought of. All right, all praise. A lot of people are like, yeah. It opens up more and more. It opens up more and more. This Nazarene literature is off the chain, man. I must say. All right, and hey, look, all I want to do is have a conversation. There ain't nothing to it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. It's the Bible. We can stay right in the Bible. Let's talk about what we see. Let's get some understanding. That's all I'll be on. All right, so let me share the screen real quick so y'all can see it. This is how the Most High is to be thought of, right? We already established that the Most High is the Creator who Peter is dealing with. We already established this. Oh, my bad. All right. So come on with it. They need to come on with all this. You know, any brother that talk crazy about what we talking about, then hey, look, your thumbs ain't broke. Let's get it done. Let's get it done, man. You did. Let's get it done. Look, in front of everybody. Ain't we? Look, I was even willing to do something private, but I don't even want to do it private no more with nobody. You know what I mean? I don't even want to do nothing private. Let's do it the old school way, right in front of everybody. Let's get it done. It's the only way that's going to work. All right, that way the people can see. All right, where that deal at? Unless I got it up here somewhere. Hold on, y'all. Okay, here it is. Here it is. All right, we're going to do this and we're going to close out. All right. Now look at this. How the Creator or how the Most High is to be thought of, man. All right. You see this? Man, war. What you say, Neat? Man, look, what it is. You know, sometimes I just sit back and let, you know what I mean, be cool and let everybody think they ain't gonna get hit. But eventually, you dig, the hammer got to drop. Like, what's up? Like, I don't even, nah, man, it's crazy. The lies and everything, man, it's crazy. But it's all good, though, man. We sons of the Creator. We got it, all right? So how the Most High is to be thought of. Wherefore, Clement, my son. This is what Peter's telling Clement. Wherefore, Clement, my son, beware of thinking otherwise of Creator than that he is the only Creator, Master and Father, good and righteous, the Creator. There, look at that. Look at that. See, that's the second one right there. You know what I mean? That's the second time right here in the Nazarene literature or the Nazarene Acts where the Elohim that Peter is talking about is actually the Creator. He ain't dealing with the gods. He's dealing with the Creator. The all in all, the ever present. Speaks through your soul. You see that? Look at that. So wherefore, Clement, my son, beware. Y'all listen, right? Beware of thinking otherwise of the Most High than that he is the only Most High, Master and Father, good and righteous, the Creator, good and righteous, long-suffering, merciful, the sustainer, the benefactor, ordaining love of men, counsel in purity. Look at this. Counsel in purity, immortal, and making immortal, incomparable, dwelling where? In the souls of the good. You see that? You see this? This is how the Most High is to be thought of. His dwelling place ain't in no building. It's in your soul. Look at this. It says right here, it says, dwelling in the souls of the good, who cannot be contained and yet is contained within the heart, who has fixed the great world as a center in space, who has spread out the skies and solidified the land, who has stored up the water, who has disposed the stars in the sky, who has made the fountains flow in the earth, has produced faults, has raised up mountains, has set bounds to the sea, has ordered winds and blasts, who by the spirit of counsel has kept safely the body comprehended in a boundless sea. Ooh, wee. Then it goes to his judgment and all that. But you see how you're supposed to think of the Creator? Not that he's bloodthirsty, not that he's evil, not that he's angry, not that he's jealous, not that he's sanctioning warfare, not that he's into none of that bondage and all that. He ain't into none of that. He ain't into none of that. This is how you think about the Most High. This is what Peter was taught by Yahshua. And if it ain't that, you dealing with the false gods. A prayer making sense. You know what I mean? It's all praise and glory now to the Most High. Clip up. Let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. See if anybody in the back chat. Ain't nobody in the back chat. It's all good. You dig? I see you in the building. Keon, bless up. Ak. What's the word? Hosea Israel. Word. Bless up. Ak. Blessing. Blessing. I see y'all in the building. NehemiYAH, where you at, man? Where you at? It's all good. All right, I'm gonna pick a. I'm gonna say, matter of fact, I'm gonna say the Masters. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say the Master's prayer and get up out of here. All praise, glory, and honor. What my ox say? Let me stop sharing the screen real quick. Blessings, blessings. Where we at? Where we at? Yeah, nah, they ain't stepped up. I actually talked to a guy that was running crazy, talking crazy. First thing off his mouth, he said, "You called us all out last year, and ain't none of us show." He said, "I'm gonna try to go get with a few of them, and maybe we can still do something." I said, "The offer still stand. Let's get it. Offer still stand. I'm ready now." You know what I mean? So a lot of people talk crazy about us and all that, but I always remember this, y'all. If you're willing to bring a charge, but not willing to face the charge, you know what I mean, or face the accuser, or face the accused, should I say? If you're willing to bring a charge, but not willing to face the accused, then you're a coward. Nigga, what you mean? Let's get it done. And you're non-messianic, you satanic and all that, bro. It's only one way to prove I'm non-messianic. There's only one way to prove I'm demonic. We got to get it on. We got to pull swords. We got to see whose doctrine is spiritually superior. You can talk all day about what you think and what you assume, but if you ain't willing to get down in front of everybody, I'm not even doing private sessions no more. Let's do it public. Let's do it the old school way, right in front of everybody. You dig? If I'm wrong, your duty to gun me down. Get me together. Run down on me with the scriptures. Get me together, bro. You going off. You see? Come on, man. We got to stop that, bro. All praise to the Most High. Praise to the Creator, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahuwah, Yahuwah, Yahweh, Yoah, Yoah, Jehovah, Higher, Man, whatever floats your boat. All right. What'd you say, Pete? Said, why your boys still making chicken slaughtering videos? I know, man. Come on, bro. We heard. We ain't ran. This one, the one bro lied on me and said I was running from something. I said, bro, look, that's a lie. We got the video, we got the receipts. Everybody been called to the floor. What you mean? Nobody showed up. I gotta stop. I gotta start conversations when I bump into brothers. We gonna talk about the elephant in the room or not? Running. What do you mean we running? We ain't, bro. We been the ones calling everybody out, trying to have a conversation. But too much of this, you know what I mean? I'm considering not even doing that private no more. Let's just get it done publicly. So I'm saying men really ain't being honorable. Men really ain't being honorable, man. You know what I mean? So it's all good. NehemiYAH, big homie, I see you. But look, I'm just gonna go ahead and read the prayer the Messiah said in the book of Matthew. I'm gonna read that, and then we're gonna get on up out of here. May the Most High bless all you brothers and sisters. May the spirit of the Creator permeate every square inch of your body, from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. We break every spirit of hatred with love. We break every spirit of bondage with freedom. We break every spirit of jealousy with being sincere. We break every spirit of poverty with abundance. We break every spirit of war with peace. We break every unclean spirit in opposition to the testimony of our Messiah and to the sovereignty of the Creator. We break every spirit that's around us in the name of the Most High Yahweh, the Creator, Yahweh. Break you when we command you. We put you on notice. Command you to move around. But you can take your hooves off us in the name of the Most High. Our praises. I'm gonna read this right here. I guess we get on up out of here. Let me do this. Y'all brothers and sisters, stay strong. Remember, none of these unclean spirits got authority over you. You understand? Love the Most High with all your heart, mind, strength, and spirit. All right? Love your neighbor as if they are you. And look, purify his temple. Get that temple together, man. Purify that deal. It should be daily purification going on. You know how many impurities invade our bodies every day? You should be constantly cleansing, drinking on detox and all that. And yeah, and you can hear the voice of the Most High a lot more clearer when you purify oneself. That should be something you're trying to get done daily. Purify yourself, man. Purify yourself. All right. Remember, this is the temple of the Creator, right? All right, so we're going to end this out with Matthew the 6th chapter. And again, what we just went over is just commentary on the written Torah. He was quoting in their scriptures that's written down and showing the Messiah's teaching and his countering of what the understanding of the truth was. He was doing that. You dig? And even if you don't agree with the breakdown, you still got to answer the discrepancy in the written Torah, written scripture. That's it. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that, then we understand. All right. Matthew chapter 6. All right. Let me go ahead and face Yerushalayim and get her done. All right. I'll praise the glory now to the Most High. All right. After this manner, therefore, pray ye, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Hallelujah. 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 Praise mighty Yah, the mighty Creator, Yah. Oh, let's get it done. All praise and glory now to the Most High, man. All praise. Urban loves the Lakers. That's what's up, Ak. All praises, brother. Thank you for the support. Thank all you brothers for the support and prayers. It did. Bro, I said he been watching me since I was part of the old congregation. Yeah, it's all good though, man. Nothing but love over this way. Believe that. Know that. We keep it pushing. That's one thing we gonna do is keep it pushing. You know, and then bring the light of the Creator out here, man. That's what we supposed to do. You did. Anybody that got a problem, what we talking about? Hey, we handing out free fades. You don't be no coward. Come on with it. You dig, until we get the battle of the holy book solidified, where everybody gonna be coming out, different practitioners, and answering questions randomly from the crowd. You know what I mean? And going in the text and answering until we get that set up in a place. Brothers, you know, want to get down and start scrapping, debating and all that. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, I host it. You dig? But if you're going to set it up and say you're trying to come on with it, you got to show. The last cat ain't show. Last cat ain't show. Then he ain't trying to make it right. It's like, bro, come on. Now, that don't look good. Then you didn't show up, and then you just, what? You just back on social media running your mouth? That ain't what this is, man. Come on, man. Get that together. Then you owe the people that. And even if you feel you're going to lose, bro, do the honorable thing. Go out on your shield. One thing about me, I'm going out. Like, I don't know nothing about all that. I'm going out then. If somebody a bigger spirit than me and it's one of them back, well, I got to go out on my shield then. I got to go on my sword. But I cannot not show. I can't not show to the battle. Stop that. That don't make no sense. You ain't going to be respected like that. You dig? So, praise. What I'm about to do, though, is play some of this folk tribe, and we're going to get on about it, all right? I love all y'all indeed and true. Bless up, regardless if I met y'all physically in the flesh or not. Understand it's all love. You dig? Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your blessings, because the Most High is definitely unlocking blessings after blessings. You dig? And we need to be thankful for that. So all praise and glory now to the Most High. Let me see if this deal going to work. It look like it ain't even going to work. It ain't playing. All right, whatever. All right, well, I'm about here, y'all. Love y'all indeed and true. Bless up. You already know. Okay, yeah. See if your friend, your dad friend is a Muslim. If you want to come represent the Quran, he can come on with it. You can come on with it. Good. Much love. Mikael the Battle Axe. Dino, blessing. The Messengers and my Pete over in Africa. That's my brother. Seen you on Facebook earlier, brother. Blessings to your family, bro. You already know. Bless up. Bless up. I'll see y'all in the building, man. Much love. Easy work. Clip up. Go back over this. Take your notes. And if it's a problem, it ain't nothing but a conversation. But if you're feeling froggy, your fingers ain't broke, hit the live button and shoot it out. But don't be no coward and run your mouth. And you don't want to deal with me head up. That's coward. You did. And you know, who I'm talking to. Because I'm pretty sure you listening. Or somebody that know you listening. You did. So you talking about mark those that cause division, bro. If you ain't willing to keep protocol and all that, you got to get marked. You mean? I mean, if it's a problem, come solve it. You don't want to do that, then you just running your mouth. That's it. So much love, y'all. Love y'all indeed and true. Bless up. And may the essence of the Creator guide all y'all into all truth, man. Believe that, know that. All right. Follow the higher law. Follow the high vibrational frequencies. Even with your food. That's what you're supposed to be. Eat that high vibrational food. You know what I mean? Get yourself together. Start cleansing. It's gradual. There ain't no race. We are everybody at their own pace. But go ahead and start now. You feel a lot better. You be hearing from the Most High way more. You understand? Truly a beautiful thing, man. Yeah, love all y'all too. Believe that. Believe that. Pray for them. You know what I mean? I get when it get boring, I get normal. So pray for me. You know what I mean? I get bored when it start getting normal. Okay. So I get normal. It's boring. It's normal. Got to bring some spice to it. You know what I mean? So I'm back hitting tops. What's up? Whoever want to get it can get it. We handing out free smoke. You did. So let's get her done. Clip up. Love all y'all indeed and true. All right, shalom.